Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, you guys are doing great. I just ran to the refrigerator to grab my drink, so I feel like I'm winded because I was trying to hurry up before the live started. But if you're new to the channel, welcome in. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you guys for joining me for yet another live. We'll get started just here in a few minutes. We'll let some people kind of come in, get settled, talk to each other for a minute, say hello, hello, hello. All the good things, all the fun things. It's good to see everybody. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Aaron. Oh, actually, you just reminded me of something. Let me look that up. I've got so much stuff on here, guys. My tabs are really full. Let me see. Look at this. Okay. I want to show you guys this too. So this is insane. Everything is like crazy right now. In the Sebastian Rogers case. Of course it is, I mean, it's been like this since it started. I feel like, hey, Mary Beth. Hey, Catherine. Welcome in, Cheryl. Hey, everybody. I'm not going to go through everybody. That'll take a while, but I see you guys. Hey, Mike. Catherine's here. Catherine CNK. DM. Hey, DM. Doodlebug, thank you for renewing your membership and becoming a member. Welcome on back. Hey, Cat's Life. It's good to see you guys. What is today? I don't even know. Wednesday. It's hump day. Hump day. Hey, Truth Seeker. Kate said, so many in here to say hi. Yeah, I saw that you said you weren't able to watch. Black Widow channel. Welcome in. It's good to see everybody. Oh, maybe he did get a C&D. Could be, or thought it was too toxic. Those are good reasons. Squeaky. That's the best one. I love that. Please don't say hi to me. There's too many of you and I'm too lazy to respond. Thank you. Hey, Candy Wrapper. It's good to see everybody. It's good to see you guys. Hey, Marco. Been in a different genre. Me too. Well, not really. The beginning of my morning started off with a bunch of Betty. I mean, Betty everywhere. Betty for days. It seemed like that's how my day kind of started. But a lot of people were going live, just going over her court hearings that are coming up tomorrow. And so I thought we'd go over those a little bit tonight. And they were just talking about that and stuff. So I can't even forget what everyone said, to be totally honest with you. I watched a bunch of people's lives and I probably couldn't tell you what they said. So I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't catch a lot. It was the reason why I was late. I was going to come on 9:15 early, but I'm going to tell you why I was late. I was at Target. I was buying stuff I probably didn't need. No, I was just getting a couple things for the house and for myself. So I was like, crap, I'm going to be late. So I just went ahead and made it for a little bit later. So I just wanted to be honest with you guys. It's too funny, too lazy to respond. Yeah. Hey, Lollipop Girl. I see you, though. I see you guys. Betty for Days sounds like a nightmare. It was. She's done a couple new videos. I mean, she's getting them in. She's getting them in. But tonight we'll go over a few things, and I'll show you a couple things as it pertains, to Sebastian Rogers' case. I mean, everything that we talk about, we talk about, I guess, to bring awareness for him. We don't want Sebastian's case to, die, but then again, we want to make sure that there's not a lot of misinformation running the streets neither, so it's kind of hard to combat that. Especially in this case, when there's so much misinformation going on, it's hard to remember what parent said what on what interview. And it's a lot of it. I mean, Chris and Katie have been on, I don't know how many interviews they've done, like podcasts. Personally, I'm going to say maybe 3, 4, 5 at the most. But Seth, I don't know how many he's been on. Like, I couldn't count. Maybe like 20, 30. So it's a lot to go through. It's a lot to unpack. But I've been trying to go back through and kind of watch some of the interviews to get a better grip on the case. Thank you, Christina Ray. That's so nice of you to do that. I meant to put that in my Nightbot. I don't have a mod. We modless over here. Thank you so much for putting that up. But yes, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is 15 years old. I actually have his poster up here. There we go. Where's it at? Right here. I was going to add this to the stage next because we do like to go over his, his missing flyer in the beginning of our lives, even if, even if we're talking about Betty, I feel like, shoot. But Betty's been on the hot seat lately in this case. So, and she's by herself too. So it's interesting to me because usually Betty works in teams. So it's like a team that gets in trouble, it's like kind of like a team that is all in trouble at once or getting into trouble. This time it's just Betty. So I think she's scared. I think she's probably really nervous. I don't even know if she's that nervous as much as like the ROs, like the restraining orders actually being like obtained. I don't even think she cares about that as much as she cares about what the internet is going to say when those, protection orders start rolling out. So I think that's what like Betty's a little scared of. And I would be too, because the internet's tough. The internet is tough. And she's on TikTok. Woo. I do TikTok, but I don't have a lot of followers yet. So I don't go over there a lot, but that's okay. Follow me on TikTok at TitaniumBuilt. This is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. This is the last picture that his mother had taken of him the day or two prior to him going missing. So this is what, he would look like most likely. But he's male, white, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'5", 120. Missing from Sumner County, missing since February 26, 2024. An Amber Alert has been issued on behalf of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian is a 15-year-old white male, 5'5", 120, with brown hair, brown eyes. Sebastian was last seen on February 26, 2024, in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Sebastian was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt, which is actually like a black t-shirt type shirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. Sebastian has a medical condition that may impair his ability to return home safely without assistance. If you have seen Sebastian or have information regarding his whereabouts, please call the Sumner County Emergency Communications Center at 615-451-3838 or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. And those are the two numbers that you should call, not anybody's hotline, tip line. Don't call no tip lines. Don't call tip lines. Renee, you have to go there and follow me. Wow, Christina Ray. Well, shoot, girl, I got 800 or something. I'm rolling over there with the 800. So yeah, go show your girl some love. If I start TikTok, I won't get off of it. I'll be doing all kinds of stuff over there. I do. So if you're on my TikTok, you'll see like things that are like me. You're gonna see like my life a little bit more. So if that's something that you're into seeing, head over to TikTok because it used to be my main page and I switched it over to for it to be just TitaniumBuilt, and I didn't take anything off. You all know me. I don't delete nothing. I don't delete anything. Doodlebug, thank you for gifting a membership. Josh B got it. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Hey, no, not today. I like that name. Oh, what was it? Sassy Cats. That's what I do hate about TikTok live. It deletes itself. I wouldn't want that. Like, I don't know if I'd want that. I mean, you're talking about a lot of times you're talking about missing person cases, or you're talking about something you want it to be out there for people to see for a while, Oh, Mob Crew. I couldn't think of it. Hey, Juno. Hey, where's Rod? Hey, Sharon. Okay. So this is for Sumner County. This is the online court records system. I'm just going to show you guys what's kind of happening tomorrow with our girl Betty, She has four protection orders filed against her. 2 are from the Bowersox, 2 are from the Proudfoots. And their name, when you put them together, even though they're plural, like there's 2 of them, their name does not change to Proudfeets. I don't know how many people I have heard call them when they refer to both Katie and Chris, instead of saying the Proudfoots, they say the Proudfeets. I'm like, your name does not change just because you have a partner. Was he, Christina Ray? What'd he say? I didn't get to watch it all. I only watched like 5 minutes and I was cashing out. So I was like, in my own thing. So this is the Sumner County docket. I looked this up today and I thought I could highlight it. I downloaded it, couldn't highlight it. Wouldn't let me highlight the page. So we're going to zoom it in. Sort it was, what is a joke, Tina? Yeah, Wizard Wall. Yeah, I'm serious as a heart attack right now. I had to wake up Vincent last night to tell him just because I remembered it. I was like, Vincent. And then he woke up and he's like, you're being loud. I'm going to the couch. Well, I was watching someone and I just was, getting it. I was getting into it. I was just, I was getting into it. I'm not going to lie. I was like, what? That's wrong. What? That's wrong. I'm like, just everything was wrong. Um, so if we go down here, we're going to see, where's the other power stock? There. Okay. So Katie Lynn Proudfoot versus Andra Lynn Griffin. Everyone knows Betty's name by now. But the reason why I'm showing you these documents right now is we went over a live with Betty. I can't remember exactly which live it was because we've watched a few now, but I know you guys will remember it. She was saying how she was going to obtain, or how she said she obtained an attorney. Somebody paid for it. She had that attorney already. Someone paid for it. She was wanting to get money from her subscribers to pay that person back that had already paid for the retainer, right? Remember that? Does everyone remember that? She was like, I'm just going to have my, my subscribers help me. And she was asking for money pretty much, she was. Well, she's pro se here on these documents. So that means pro se means she's representing herself. So where's her attorney? Betty, where's your attorney, girl? You lied to a lot of people. And I mean, like, it's right here on court paper. This is YouTube. You knew we were going to have this paperwork, right? She did purchase an attorney. She's Revival. Yeah. She said that she had somebody, it was someone paid for it and she wanted to get the money back, like to, get a fundraiser or whatever started. I don't know, just give her money to her PayPal or whatever she said. And she was going to pay the person back, whoever was that, purchased and helped her with the retainer and everything for the lawyer. You can sell your old phones. I don't know if I'd want to. All my pictures are on there. She is awful. And they're all going pro se too. Because I mean, like, if you have like a victim's advocate, usually that's enough. And they usually actually will court appoint you somebody. So I don't really know why theirs are saying pro se, because they might actually have, like, they'll have somebody standing up there with them. They'll have the prosecution will be standing with them. It might have been Lollipop Girl, but I thought it was for this one. She's just asking for money for all of it. The kicker. You're gonna get it because I'm gonna talk about her snake boots. Her snake boots were she ordered them in a male size, right? On accident, she said. So they're 8 men, and she said they're like 3 sizes too big. No, Betty, they're a size and a half too big. Usually men are a size and a half up from what you normally wear. Well, she said, well, since she doesn't have her snake boots, she's not going to do any searching while she's in Tennessee for Sebastian. So she won't be searching while she's there. No searching for Sebastian. Why are you going to go there? Why are you even there? Why are you even allowed there if you're not going to be searching for him? I mean, not putting posters on telephone poles neither. Like, Betty, you should know the law. You go to every community meeting that they have, that they'll let you speak at. You're there on the microphone yelling at somebody about how they're doing a crappy job but you couldn't do any better. Thank you, Josh B, for gifting out 5 memberships. Look at that. Thank you. Whoever got a membership, make sure you thank Josh. Thank you. That really helps the channel. Cynthia, Christina Ray, Jules, Pink, Lori, Facts Not Feelings. Got one. Look at that. Thank you. Yeah. My God. Well, I'm wondering, like, did she have to appear? I'm assuming she does. Hey, Jude. I'm assuming she has to appear. That's why she's going. I mean, she's going. She's on her way, I'm assuming right now, because we haven't heard anything from her for like a while. So if I was her and I had to drive 17 hour or not 17, I'm sorry, 13, I think it's like 13 hours. 13 hours to Tennessee. That's far. That's further than me. Um, she's gonna go, I guess, late at night and check into a hotel and then go to sleep and then wake up and go straight in the morning to court. Like, I would wanna get there early. Like, I mean, I that's just me, but maybe you pay more for the hotel if you go in early? I'm not sure. I know we always go in early to our hotel when we go to, California each year, but they always tell us it's okay. Like, we ask, like, "Hey, can we come in early? We're tired. We're jet lagged." Yeah, she'll be issued a bench warrant if she doesn't show. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I wonder if they're gonna grant this. Do you guys think maybe we should do a poll? Because, like, that's a good question. Do you think they'll grant them? And then we'll go by people too. Do you think the judge will grant the RO slash, I'm gonna put ROPO, like restraining order, protection order, because I call them both. For, I should put the proud feats. I shouldn't say anything. I always pronounce wrong names wrong, but still, I don't do that. I'll put Betty won't show on here too. I think she'll show though. I mean, I would hope she would. This is a freaking, uh, you know, she'll get a warrant. This is court ordered. So yeah, so Katie, Terry, and Catherine, Maddie Catherine is her name. They all got pro se attorneys, order of protection. Mm. Can you imagine four people, four people ordering a protection order, putting a protection order on you? It's crazy, right? Oh, Alabama mom, I'm so glad. Yeah, I've been on his panel a couple times. He's usually really, well, actually, he's always really nice. Usually, I would say usually. Of course you can. Yes, let me grab it for you. Let me see if I have a membership link. This should take you to the front page. It'll take you to my, my front page, and it'll take you right to the memberships. It should. Now, if you're on a phone, I think you have to go through Safari app if you're on an iPhone. Yeah. Do you think that she'll like come with a bunch of evidence that she doesn't have? Do you know what I mean? Like a bunch of like folders and stuff? Oh, Teresa, no way. I heard BHB is saying her car is broken down. I believe it. It broke down recently. She was trying to have people pay for it. So does anybody know? I got tagged in this today and I was like, what am I seeing? Do you guys know, put a 1 in the chat if you've heard of the creator called The Reporter Room. Maybe I could look up her channel. Her name, her name is Jessica Davies, I think. Isn't that right? Oops. With an M. She, let me see. I'm gonna check out our community page really quick, see if there's anything on there. No, it's not. Okay, she doesn't have anything on there. Well, Josh, thank you so much. You just gifted out 5 more memberships. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Whoever got one, make sure you tell them thanks. That's so nice. Wow, a lot of y'all know her. Y'all, oh wow. Hey, Nash Native. No, I haven't. You don't want to. Not till today, the copyright. Oh, yep. Yep. Now, I don't know if this is a movie, screenplay, but whatever it is. Oh, Jessica Davies, I believe The Reporter Room. She says her name in the beginning of it every day. So I'm not like doxing her when I say that. So I was, one of our subscribers, yep, tagged me in this. And it says, this surely wouldn't be, it's at Reporter Room. This surely wouldn't be you attempting to profit off this child making a motion picture copyright. I'm sure the family knows, right? This is next level sick. Have to maximize the money earned and strike anyone that dares to be critical. I see you. Why not copyright them all then? Again, I see you. So she's copywriting stuff over here. The work titled Secrets and Lies, Sebastian Rogers is registered with the U.S. Copyright Office and Libraries of Congress as copyrighted motion picture. Right holders and authors include D. Love Davies, Jessica. Okay, Jessica De Love Davies is her name. Now, I know she actually, no, I just thought of this. I just thought of this in my head. She did this to, like she tried to copyright, I'm not this, but she tried to copyright videos that Nonsense used, but she commentated over them. Like she pauses them a lot. Like she pauses videos way more than I do. And she paused it a lot. And I remember her going after her for that. Oh, little Irish girl, there's nothing that's off. There's nothing off limits on YouTube true crime. If it's out there, they'll find it. It's crazy that like people are just so out of pocket. There's 36 comments on here. I said I don't watch her for good reason. It says, good grief, I'm so ashamed someone would do this without the family's acknowledge or permission. Shame on you, Reporter Room. Yeah, it's all like that. I mean, a lot of people are pretty mad. Pretty mad. But I mean, what is going on with people? Hey, Aries, I saw you come in. I'm going to say, hey, Juno. I don't know if I said, hey, James. Welcome in, everybody. Right, Shelly? At this point, I don't even know. All I know is I just have an opinion. And at this point, I don't even really have an opinion. Like my opinion is off. Hey, Truth, welcome in. Like this is next level. Okay, let's see. I might play this first. Let's see here. So actually, we'll go over this first. What does everybody think about Chris McDonough deleting all of his Sebastian Rogers videos except for one? Why would he do such a thing? Why would Chris McDonough decide to, let me go over to his page, delete all of his Sebastian Rogers content? He had a good bit of videos on here. I don't know the exact number. I don't watch him, but I do like, I saw that he had a lot of videos because it was on my For You page. Do you think up to something with Tony? Because he did leave the one on with the mom and the stepfather. And then remember, he was just on with Vinnie Politan and he was talking like a little differently, it seemed like to me. It seemed like he was like more saying stuff about Seth almost. You can't watch me in Europe. What do you mean, Aries Bjork? Well, you're not going. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll make you videos just for your trip. So you get pre-recorded ones. Sorry, I had to grab a drink, but and thanks again, Josh. That's really nice of you. Maybe save himself. I don't know. You don't know who he is? Okay, so T-Dub, let me explain who Chris McDonough is. That's a good idea. So you know, because a lot of people don't know who he is. Hey, Brantley. So Chris McDonough is a YouTuber slash founder of the Cold Case. Was it Cold Case Foundation? And he helps find missing children, and he helps helps with cold cases. Well, Seth has made it his mission, and also Chris McDonough is on Nancy Grace all the time. she found Chris McDonough. Like she says, she said it before. She said she was trolling. She found Chris McDonough from Idaho 4 case, and then she invited him to be on the show, and they just been buddies, I guess, ever since. So Chris McDonough did a series on Sebastian Rogers, just like I've done, just like everyone has, you know, I mean, a lot of people have done. And he had a playlist full of videos. And then today, all of a sudden, they're all gone except for one. And he is a past homicide detective. Thank you, Ladybug. Thank you. Yeah. So he knows things. He knows how things work. Even if I don't like him or you don't like him or no one likes him, you know, people like him, whatever your opinion is on him, he does have the training. Hey, Tia, you know, he was the detective. So why should I comment under there and be like, why are we deleting stuff? Let's see. Maybe I should. Like he left a 2-hour and 39-minute video up. Doesn't look like it's been edited. No, because the chat's there. Oh wow, that's a lot of comments. Oh wait. Don't leave the house. What? Can we sort by newest? Yeah. I was going to see if anybody commented. Do you know what I mean? Like about this. No, it's like all like, yeah, all the old comments. I don't get it. Wonder why he left this one up. I might have to go through this and listen to it later or tomorrow. Or I'll make maybe when I'm at the dentist tomorrow. I was just reading the chat. I'm sorry, JC. Hey, JC. Yeah, Truth Seeker. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, actually, wait, hold on. It was something with, I'm not sure exactly what he did, but he handled, I think it was the Summer Wells case pretty bad or something. Like he did some stuff. Like I'm not sure, so don't ask me. Like, and I don't want to start anything because I don't know. But trying to think of where you could find out that information. Who would know that? If anyone knows in the chat, throw the name out. Because I know like a clip channel would probably have something. But I did like what he said too when he was on Vinny. Yeah, I liked it too. I liked the interview. I really did. Chris did I live with the lab? No, I didn't. Idaho Charlie. I don't think I did. Wow. Hey, note to self. How are you doing? Oh, look at the dog. Look at you, the dog. That's a cute picture. I need some cute pictures with my dogs. Mishandled the Rachel Moore case. Mishandled the Summer Wells case. Thank you. I knew someone would know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm curious. Maybe we'll have to get on his Twitter and tweet him and say, hey, Chris McDonough. Because that's how you're going to get someone's attention, to go to their Twitter. You know what I mean? I don't pay for that blue check mark every month for nothing, you know? I do it so I can message people if I need to, which I never do. I never message people really. Oh, speaking of which. Oh, I got a message, but I'll have to reply for my live. Okay. I forgot. So yeah, so he left this up and I just wanted to let you guys, just give you guys the 411 on that, let y'all know. I'm going to play this video with Betty a little bit. I'm like, sorry guys. And just debunk some of the stuff that she says. She's nuts. I'm going to put her in at 15 minutes in. Actually, I'll take her back a little bit. She's in the bed with the green screen again. She was live. Wait a minute. So she did like a double live maybe? I thought it was 11 hours ago on her main channel. And then it says 12 hours ago on this channel. So maybe she did back-to-back lives to just, give people content while she's driving. I'm surprised she's not filming while she's driving personally. That's what she normally does. I guess she doesn't want to break the law any more than she already has. I actually have to stop sharing the screen really quick because it won't give me the audio. I don't know. Does anyone else's StreamYard do that? If you have a StreamYard in here, does yours, if you share like another page, does your audio go out on your main page? Like you can't, I don't know. It's just, it's weird. Okay. Now, if you, oops, I just stopped sharing. If you don't love Betty, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Just kidding with you, Betty. Just kidding with your bets. You know, I'm just saying. Just saying. So basically, today is 178 days since Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers went missing. There's been no sightings, no evidence left behind. Literally, there was nothing. There's been nothing. If this was a crime and this isn't a runaway situation, right? Whoever has done this, as of right now, you know, the 21st of August, they are a criminal mastermind. To not have left a single trace of evidence, in my opinion. I mean, that's talent. So we've got Betty that came in a little late on the scene. She says she's been here since February, March. I'm like, no, you have not, Betty. You just got here like a couple months ago. Stop it. But she has court tomorrow, like I said in the beginning. So don't forget, she does have her court with, 3 of the court hearings will be tomorrow. And then Chris Proudfoot's is rescheduled. I believe they're going to reschedule it tomorrow, maybe, the way I read it. So she went live on her channel and it says Sebastian Rogers, Chris Proudfoot 17-hour disappearing act, which is pretty funny because on my community tab, just like a day or two ago, I asked about the 17-hour thing with Chris. And I was like, what's that thing about? And people were like, oh, it's when he went to go back, and get the camper and he spent the night there. And then he drove the camper, back in the morning. So, yeah. Betty doesn't have a lawyer. If you're just now joining us, she is pro se. So don't give that woman any money for a lawyer because she said she retained one and she was trying to pay someone back that retained it for her. And she doesn't have a lawyer at all. So unless she pulls one out of her butt when she walks into court tomorrow, she's going in by herself. I feel bad for the judge. Maybe we need to send the judge some cookies. Judge, bailiff. I mean, a little note. Sidebar. Sorry you have to deal with this. But at this time right here, she's got like 24 hours, maybe 36 hours to get her crap together. And be presentable to a judge. I don't know what she's doing right now. I think she's trying to find.
Here it is. Let me open it in this.
Has Betty always played videos off of her phone? Or did she used to do it like me, where it's like StreamYard and you see it on a screen? Like, does she always hold up her phone like JLR does? Because she's been doing that lately.
And I probably won't be able to find it.
Can you see it? No.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep, there we go.
Hold on.
I mean, I get it, the active investigation, but you did really, maybe it's just because of text, but you did make it seem like there was no, like that this was the first time
that sounds like Josh from the lab.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I didn't insinuate. Now, understand something. Words on paper are simply words on paper.
We'll take it back a little bit. I don't remember this part. Like, I don't remember hearing this part. So maybe we need to go back just a little bit. I just didn't want to hear her hellos and, hellos. I hate JLR kind of stuff.
To calculate a 17-hour trip, that's what he said. To, I believe it was Smiley's World. I think that they addressed it in, let me see. Good morning, by the way, Seth. I hope you're having a decent day this morning. I would say good, but I know nothing.
So I wonder why Seth is on Betty's channel, but I heard that he's not on Brittany's channel anymore as a mod.
And your world's good right now. So, I'm sorry.
And do you notice he's in every live?
Let me see. Smiley's World. I know she sent it to me. I remember that. Let me find her in my messages.
Terry Dean. Hey, wait, Frosty Walk.
Okay, here we go. See, oh. I remember
Aw.
sent me the link.
Our girl Mary Beth said tomorrow is National Be an Angel Day. Sorry, Betty. I'm gonna speed her up. Let's speed her up. We like her when she's sped up a little bit. Her laugh's funnier. Just kidding, it's not really. It's probably so late for you, Wee. I'm glad you're here though.
Let me open it in this. And I probably won't be able to find it.
Is that?
Okay, fair enough.
Hold on.
I mean, I get it, the active investigation, but yeah, but you did really. Maybe it's just because of text, but you did make it seem like there was no, like that this was the first time
that sounds like Josh from the lab.
No, I didn't insinuate. Now, understand something. Words on paper are simply words on paper. Whatever emotions you put behind them is directly a proportion.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, sir, I didn't put any.
Wow, Chris is a little firecracker.
You're trying to insinuate on this show.
No.
Yes, you did, sir. Yes, because you just stated that you said that I made it sound like this. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I told you I gave you a direct statement, gave you your answer, and that right there is exactly what I'm talking about. Then you called into the show and you said, "No, you're lying." No, I'm not lying. So call a spade, but make sure you're right. Now, to be honest with you,
what a
it
jack!
has nothing to do with finding my son.
He's not your son, kid. Let me.
You don't think? Okay, all right.
Now, Betty. Yeah, he is. He most certainly is. I'm sorry, but step parents are like parents to your children. And you should expect that as another parent. You should expect that person to love your child just as much as you do, right? You don't want that, So, yeah. I don't know if Sebastian called him dad or anything like that. Probably not. He probably called him Chris, or maybe he called him, hey, stepdad. I don't know what they call him nowadays. Maybe they got a different word. Maybe the kids have a different word for it. But he probably called him either dad or Chris. I would say Chris because, I feel like that would hurt Seth's feelings if he called Chris dad.
Well, look, man, how does CPS have to do with anything finding Sebastian? Because if you're insinuating something.
Because you, Chris.
Kiko, thank you. I will look on Heels' page. I will. I loved her and I still love her. I'll probably cry watching her videos, but thank you. She actually did some good ones with this case too before she passed away.
The reason why CPS is involved and the reason why we're questioning this is because usually in our cases, in our world, when CPS is involved, then a child goes missing. Typically the CPS is hand in hand with that child disappearing. Just saying.
No, Betty. No, Betty. Just saying. Simple Google search, people. Like, Betty, like if you hear something online, right? If you hear something and it goes in your head, it goes in your ears and it goes to your brain, and you think for even a millisecond that it doesn't sound right, Google it. Do a Google search. Don't ask the chat. Don't ask the chat. They're not going to Google it for you. Google it. And then you could be like, Betty, no. Betty, no. Just because a child goes missing does not mean CPS comes in. If it's justified, then yeah. But if it's not, then no. So it says, where there is a concern that children are missing, law enforcement usually gets involved first. CPS does not immediately engage unless the children were in CPS custody at the time they were missing. Circumstances justifying placing the children into protective custody. We don't want that. Sorry. But that's why it says Child Protective Services may get involved in a missing child's case if the circumstance justify placing the child into protective custody. Now, I don't think Sebastian running away or even being lured out would cause them to take him into custody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't go home. Like, he was missing. What do you mean? Like, if there's no proof that nobody did anything, and that's what it is. As of right now, there's nothing. There's no proof that Chris, Katie, or Seth had anything to do with the disappearance of Sebastian. Law enforcement has said that, And then I don't think they're going to lie to us. I think they would much rather say we're looking into things. We're not letting anybody, we're not clearing anybody at this point. I'd have to do this again because it lost the audio again. That is so weird. Okay, go back to Betty. Okay, Betty. Just saying. She says that so much. She needs a shirt that says
Dumb. Let me
dum
find.
dum. She needs a shirt that says just saying, a shirt that says dum dum, and I'm sure there's another one she does, but those are the two I can remember.
I wish there was a way. I thought I saved the transcript once upon a time. I could have swore I changed this transcript. I thought I saved it. I remember.
Transcripts really don't mean a whole lot to me because those transcripts, they're like AI generated. So when you're talking, if you have an accent or you say a word that's not pronounced like, crisp and clear, like me, I do it all the time. I have the worst pronunciation. It's like talk to text. It'll write out a different thing. So you can't really rely on that much. You know what I mean? Like you can rely on it to look for words and stuff into the like text or, the transcript, but to be reading off of it and be like, this is what he said. I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't know if that's what she's going to do, but I wouldn't go for it because you could say a lot,
For downloading it, it took like an hour to download the transcript. You have to highlight it and sit it on something. Let's see. Let me see. Camper.
She's looking up campers. I don't know why she is.
Here it is. Let's see. Hold on. I did
Hey,
save it.
Siggy. Hey, Harley Rider.
Find camper.
Oh, I don't know,
So
Harley
that's
Rider.
want something, yeah. And get
Yes,
your camper. I mean, what did you have to go back? Okay, here it is. I got it. At the 143. We're almost there, just not quite there. So we'll start at like the 139 mark. Let's listen to this.
Now, there's 3 parents in this world. Well, more than 3, but right now for this situation, there's 3 parents that cannot do that.
Cannot do
So
what? Let's go.
forget and enjoy the kids that you have. A woman whose heart's broken because her son is missing.
Let me ask. Let's do a poll in here. Let's do a poll in here. Do I have a way to do a poll? Let's
I
do
want
a
to
poll.
punch you there right now.
Start a poll. Okay, which poll do I want? That's not what I wanted to do. I want to start a poll. There we go. Appear to be upset about her son missing.
Okay, I'm not going to say what I wanted to say. I was going to say that B, but I'm not going to say that. Betty, you have a lot of nerve. Like, this woman has got all the nerve in the world. Really. She's doing a poll. Do you think Katie Proudfoot was upset? Looked upset whenever she was on video or whatever she said. I'll replay it for us. I don't know a person. I've never seen a person like her where the interviewer asks her the first question and you could see she tries to answer it and it's like nothing comes out. Like she physically she's in so much pain she can't even talk. Like, I could feel it looking at her. But maybe, I could be totally wrong. But I just don't see it. I don't see it. Let me go back up. Who had a cute baby pic? Oh, we could. Abigail, actually, we were going to go over. I wanted to play the 911 thing for you guys if you wanted to hear it. I forgot to pull it up, though. Let me exit out some of these and we'll play this while we're looking at the other stuff. Oopsie. We could look at our chat. Probably see a bunch of people we don't know in there, hopefully.
All right. A poll has officially been started.
Okay, let's go back to
Did Katie appear to be upset about her son missing? Please take the poll if you'd like.
No, not at all. Nope. She didn't. Nope.
Let's get on with this. We're going to hear this. We're going to go through. This is where they start talking about the camper, I believe. This is the only place that I can find in this interview where they talk about the camper, and it's about 3 minutes out.
If everybody would just take a step back for 1 second, go look at your kids and realize you got a kid.
Yeah, Chris, you know why you don't have a kid? Maybe it's that ultimatum you gave Katie. It's either
he didn't give her one. Where is she making this stuff up from? Why does she make stuff up? Why does she do that? Like, and when she's making this stuff up in her bed at night, right? Or wherever she's doing, writing in her little journal, does she think about how dirty and disgusting she's being in a children's missing case right now? And the reason why we talk about Betty is because we have to combat some of the misinformation because it flows like wildfire over here. And then my chat gets excited because someone says, hey, Sebastian was seen. Betty said so, or something along those lines. And then, you know, it just gets crazy.
Or her son or you. Maybe that's the reason why. Just saying. Just saying. Guys,
we should count how many times she says, just saying. If you're drinking, take a drink every time.
I actually got
and dum-dum.
Poll. I actually got, okay, you guys are voting in the poll. Okay.
Don't forget to vote in our
CP
poll.
is a parent expert now.
Soon.
I know when you say that, it's hard not to laugh at that. A man that didn't even want his own daughter, a child's missing from his home, and he can't.
A man that didn't want his own daughter? Is she on, is it crack? Is that what it is, Betty? Or are you smoking like something else? Because where are you finding this information from? Where are you finding from? Your phone? I can see your phone in your hand.
Can't even in the mother of his
Facebook group.
His own daughter doesn't want her daughter anywhere near him because he's a violent, cruel animal. I don't blame him.
Have you guys seen the documents that the document that Katie wrote out for the divorce for her to get a temporary protection order on Seth? Because I can read those to you. Those are Katie's words, and those aren't Katie's words from just like, you know, yesterday or from, you know, 6 months ago. These are Katie's words from years ago. I think I'll read those to you out here in a minute.
Your kids at your house right now, you can walk up to, they may be in the bed sleeping, but you can walk up to them, give them big old hugs and kisses, tell them good night.
Did you guys ever give him big old hugs and kisses?
They
did.
Seemed
to me like the only person that Katie really seemed to smile ear to ear with was Faith at the church.
She wasn't even smiling in that picture. I don't know why Betty keeps saying that. She's ridiculous. I mean, like, really, Betty? You're I've never met anyone like you. I don't think anybody could beat Betty. Like, really? You're like, I think she's at the tippity top of, like, you know, like, just like putting out the bull crap and the misinformation and just being knee deep in shit. She needs her snake boots. Someone send her snake boots. She needs them. I guess size 8 women. I don't know. Nash Native, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. That's so sweet of you. You're such a sweetheart. Thank you. I don't know who got them. Who got them? Let's see. Oh, she's a certified nutmeg said. Little Mama D, Joanne, Sweetie Cake. Yikes. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Oh, I got to show the messages sometimes. Sorry. Green night girl. I'm glad I showed that message. I believe she is it. Oh wait, hold on. Where was it at? I just saw it, and then I'm like, but I can't find it on the other one. She smoked outdated meth she made in the 60s. She's actually only 44. Can you believe that?
And enjoy the moments. Right now, there's 3 parents in this world. Well, more than 3, but right now for this situation, there's 3 parents that cannot.
Got a fan on her.
No, Chris. There's only one parent that cannot do that because it doesn't sound like you guys cared about hugging Sebastian. It seemed like you were too busy trying to control him into normalcy, beat him into normalcy. Who knows?
And Seth says in this chat and listens to this shit. I mean, like, seriously, a parent of a missing child sits in these lives as a moderator and comments. We should show the chat. Maybe we'll see Seth.
So forgive me for standing up and being my wife's rock and foundation, because that's what a marriage is. That's my job.
Oh, the rock and the foundation. You mean the rock and the foundation that you were supposed to, like when you have a missing stepson, you know, tell your work, you got to go, you got to get off this crane, you have to be home for your family. But no, you didn't do that. The rock and foundation is only in the public eye because really behind the scenes, you would have worked the whole day that day unless you got kicked off the job. Isn't that the truth?
We have no proof of that at all. Zero, zilch, nada.
Proof.
And we know the day that Sebastian went missing, he didn't go to work that day. Betty, he went home. Oh, thank you, Joy, for becoming a new member. Thank you. That's so sweet. Oh, you're gorgeous. You're a gorgeous girl. Thank you. I thought so. Oh, wait, I thought so. So I'm trying to see the message. Yes, I thought Seth was away on vacation. Maybe he's at Betty's. Where's he at? Oh, actually, wait, but the rescue ride, he'll be back for that, I bet, right? So, yeah. If Chris and Katie took a vacation, let's say they went to Florida, what do you think the internet would do with that information? Burn it to the ground, right? Oh my gosh, Chris and Katie they're on vacation. They're not looking for their son. Oh my, I knew it. They probably got him there. They're probably taking him there to bury him somewhere. We would hear all the things. We'd hear all the things. Seth goes on a vacation though, right? That he's not working, but he can go on a vacation somewhere. I don't know where he's at. When his son's missing and nobody says a word. Like no one bats an eye. Like, where is JLR and why hasn't JLR tracked him down yet? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, JLR. I'm not promoting go tracking him down, but you know, he usually does. Betty does need to be careful, Siggy. Yeah. I mean, wow. Isn't this nuts? He did get in trouble at work. Oh, because it took so long to relieve him to go home. Chris said that, but she has a different spin on it. Oh, so was he getting like upset because he needed to leave and his boss wasn't relieving him? Because that will happen. I don't know if he's in the union, but my brother does the same type of work, but he's a welder. He's working on a hospital. He's been working on Ohio State. It's beautiful now. I mean, it looks so good. He's been working on the hospital for 10 years though. He's part of the union. I'm assuming if he had to leave, like if there was something wrong, he would go to his main boss. I don't know. I mean, maybe he is the main boss. I don't know. I don't know. He's a welder. I know that. But he would probably go to his, boss and just be like, I have to go. The boss might say, hey, I need you to do this really quick before you go. Managers, just think about you working. Managers are not, sometimes they ain't cool. They're not cool. They're not just like, oh yeah, you need to leave. Okay, yeah, go ahead. They're more like, well, no, we need to do this first. Like I'll be shorthanded. Like, I mean, I was a manager at a store for a long time, a lot of places actually. And it seemed like that's how it was. Like, can you do this first before you go? And I think that's what maybe happened. And maybe Chris got pissed. Like, no, I need to leave, and I can understand that.
Seems like that's more in line with the truth. What about that rock solid man you were when your wife calls you and tells you your stepson's gone? You're like, oh, well, I'll continue working. You handle it, honey.
Chris called the cops when Katie called him and told him about Sebastian. So Betty, that's a freaking lie. You know that. You know that he was on the phone he called the local PD. What are you talking about, Betty? No, he just got off the phone and went back to work.
That kind of rock? That kind of man? Yeah, you're that kind of man, all right, Chris.
Betty's a scorned woman.
Okay.
But we do love all of y'all. Doesn't matter. We still love you.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, come on, Delilah. You're like knocking crap.
If you want to answer, go for it.
She gets so mad at her dog. I feel so bad for that dog. Look at her. She's just pissed. No, Delilah.
I don't understand why it's a problem that my husband helps talk. I mean, I get that y'all want to hear my voice more, but honestly, half the time it's because I'm crying or...
Bullshit. You know what, Katie? You were the only one in that house, and you've got a man that wasn't even anywhere there, according to your own account, answering all the questions. How the hell does he know? And why?
Betty, how do you know anything about anybody, about anything, about anyone? Are you the police? Are you the investigator? No, you'll never would be. They would never hire you. You would never get through the training. You would never get through the training, Betty. So stop trying to be an investigator when you couldn't even get through school to be one if you wanted to be one. Let's just be real clear right now. Let's just be, She ain't got it. She ain't got it. But I did say, Jennifer, about the puppy when she's ready to get rid of the dog, because it'll happen. It'll happen. I've seen so many YouTubers do this, get a pet and then get rid of it later. Like, give it to me. I'll take it. I mean, I can't use a third dog really, but if it stays little like that, just bring it over. Just bring it on over. And I won't tell nobody. Just saying. I won't tell nobody.
Why is he always quick on the draw to answer those questions when he wasn't there? You cannot tell me that she gave him every single detail of every single moment. No, he's feeling some of that stuff in because he's the only one talking.
What do you mean?
Cut it out.
Renee, thank you. Oh, you upgraded your
Honestly,
membership.
I don't
Thank
have words to
you.
explain what I am anymore.
You don't have words at all. You laughed when they asked you, what would you like to tell your son? Your missing son. Oh, let's not forget that. Mother of the year. Mother dearest of the year. Let me ask you, Katie. Do you have metal hangers or plastic hangers in your closet? I'd like to know. Mommy dearest.
Betty, are you that jealous of Katie? Do you like Seth? And then Seth loves Katie still? So there's another man you couldn't get? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know.
It's okay. I just wondered. A lot of people was asking that. I'm sorry, I was trying to read some of this. A lot of people was asking that.
I believe this is the interview that they did with Duchess. And this was a really good interview. We never went over it on the channel, and we probably should.
And, just might as well ask it.
No, and we appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. We said, thank you.
Oh, we appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, Chris.
So what if he said, F you to her, then you would be upset about that. What is he, this guy cannot win. This guy can't win with Betty. Like at all. I meant to put that thank you so much in the chat and I forgot. Renee, sorry. But thank you so much for upgrading your membership. I appreciate that. Being a member. She's going to be a scarecrow. Maybe. She has a little doggy she can sit there with her.
All right, y'all. Let's see. Oh, what did y'all like to do together as a family when Chris was in town and y'all were all together? Like, what was your thing? Did you ever have a short mini vacation on the weekends? Did you go? What did you like to do?
We do all sorts of stuff. He loves Top Golf, so we like to take him there.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you took him to Top Golf, Katie? Didn't want to answer that.
Every single memory. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it. BHB. Every single memory that Seth has with his son is circa 2007. It's not really that. He's not that old. You know what I mean? But it's I forget the exact date. 2018. When he was 7 or 8 years old. Every story is back from California and out of Seth's mouth when you ask him about Sebastian. It's way back from then. You never hear anything new. I'll tell you where you'll hear a lot of really good information. Duchess is live. Also, Queen Bee, they went up on her panel, and that was a really good live. Katie and Chris talked about Sebastian the whole time. It wasn't about nothing else. Nothing else but their son. Really. And I learned so much about Sebastian in that interview. It was a good interview. It was a really good. Queen Bee calls it a conversation. It was more of a conversation. But
Keep hearing. Let's see if she talks about anything they've done recently.
They went bowling the day before, Betty, and out to eat. First, you said he was overstimulated. Now you're saying he's not stimulated enough. Which one is it?
Dave and Buster's because games.
Yeah.
I love David Buster's.
So she's talking about things they have done, but doesn't talk about when they've done them.
It doesn't matter when they've done them. She didn't ask her that. She asked him, Duchess asked her, what does he like to do? Not when did you do it? What are you talking about?
She's laughing.
Really good parks in the area that he still enjoys going and playing in.
Hiking.
We do hiking. We go bowling. We have in the summer a family member with a pool, so he absolutely, utterly loves going over there.
I love that
And,
name.
Which family member has a pool that they absolutely love going over to in the summer? Do we know who the
Betty?
family member is?
None of your
Deanna,
business.
she was upset remembering what happened, in my opinion, but not upset he was missing. I can tell you that her demeanor should be getting worse, not improving, right? Every day that her child's gone longer and longer, she should be diminishing and falling apart. That's not happening, right? She seems to be just fine. I mean, heck, they were going out motorcycle shopping the day that her son was receiving his reward.
They were taking flyers into that Harley store or motorcycle store for Sebastian. They were dropping off flyers. They weren't shopping for a motorcycle. They didn't want a motorcycle. They're not trying to be shopping for no damn motorcycle, Betty. And even if they were, when you're in shock, when something, I couldn't imagine being in this level of shock. But I'm going to tell you, when my father was killed in a car accident and I was in shock, I was in such a shock that I went to sleep that night after I found out. I mean, I didn't really sleep, but, I laid down. I went to meet my friend for lunch the next day as planned at 12. Like nothing even happened. Pulled in there, parked, went in to eat. He knew. I didn't even know he knew. But he waited till he was in there waiting on me to say something. And I didn't say anything. And then by the time we were done with our food, he finally was like, Tanya, you going to talk about it? I was literally just going on with my day. Like I thought if I just go on with my day, it just, sets it aside. So maybe even if they were, I'm not saying they were, because they were just, giving them flyers. But I'm saying sometimes you do some weird stuff when you're in shock and your body's just trying to protect yourself. It's your body defense mechanism, Thanks, T-Dub. I appreciate that.
From the school.
Exactly.
She wasn't even there.
Everybody handles, tragedy differently, right? There's no wrong. Exactly, JC.
To accept the reward on behalf of her own son. She was too busy trying to shop for a motorcycle.
What
Seth
reward?
was the only one there to be able to accept that reward. Or excuse me, award.
Award. What's the award? Yeah. What do you mean award? What is it, like perfect attendance or something? Well, it wouldn't have been perfect, Well, it could have been if it was on a Monday, but thanks, Josh B. I appreciate that, you guys. I thank you guys. Yeah, it was 16 years ago. I was right behind it. But I didn't know, so thank goodness. But yeah, it's pretty hard. I've been through a lot of tragedies in my day. Let me tell you. You think Betty looks like she looks like I should.
She half of his son. She wasn't even the mother. The mother that has lost her baby. Can you imagine Steve and Christy Gonzalez missing that?
Yeah. If it was an award for getting like straight A's and they live like 2 hours away or something, I don't know. These guys don't, but they would. The Gonzalez, they don't go to some of the court cases because it's just Anne talking bullcrap.
What mother does that? Is this like a grieving mom?
Betty, I'm just going to say it. I mean, you don't have the mother gene in you. So I'm just going to say it. Don't talk about moms. Just don't. I mean, you don't have that mom gene.
I think we shed more tears that day than this lady did. And she gave birth to this boy.
I've never seen her shed a tear in my life.
We do.
When was Betty there collecting a award with Seth? No, this has never happened. Shedding tears. That would be on video for sure. Where's that video, Betty? Of you shedding tears with Seth Rogers collecting an award for Sebastian? I want receipts and I want them now. Get them, Betty. I know you're in here. I know you're lurking somewhere.
Currently his favorite game.
Did he swim?
Like a fish.
Oh.
What was his favorite food?
Well, that
Depends on what day.
of the week.
What day of the week?
Yeah.
He changes his favorite food probably every day.
Best believe that. I do the same thing. I'll eat something for like a month or two, or maybe 3, maybe 4. I will eat the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And then I will get sick of it and I'll move on to the next thing.
Time runner.
Tofu, believe it or not, tofu. He's not a huge steak eater, but
Not
steamed tofu.
fried. Not fried and no sauce. Just plain steamed tofu and sushi. The boy loves sushi.
Chris seems to not like the idea. He doesn't like steak. He's not manly like him and likes the.
No, he wasn't saying it like that. He was saying it more, in my opinion, that he eats healthier, like more of like a vegan lifestyle. That's what I got out of that. Why is she so mad? Why are you so mad? Betty, do you want a hug? I'll meet you. I'll meet you in Tennessee. I'll give you a hug. I mean, I'm pretty nice. I don't really hug that much at all, but I'll hug you. Maybe like a side hug, like from the side. I'll do this and I'll pat you a couple of times.
Steak, he just likes the tofu. I can't stand Chris. Disgusting.
He loves it.
We.
Did he like going to? Did y'all ever take him to the Japanese places?
It's
where
coming up in about another
they make
minute.
that
Shoguns where they cook in front of you.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
likes it, but he doesn't at the same time because it's so loud and clanky.
yeah,
And they use a lot of the teriyaki style sauce.
yeah.
When we get his, we kind of have to ask, like, hey, can y'all scoop from where he doesn't like condiments that much. He really doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you gotta get the teriyaki sauce, Sebastian. The teriyaki sauce is what chef's kiss. And it's the only thing I really will eat that's not, that could be considered not American, I guess.
Chris, what time did you get home on Monday? Do you remember?
Here we go. Here's some.
Sunshine.
I want to say it was. Well, hold on. Let's see here.
He can't remember what time. So he's about to tell us what time he got home. We know it's 3.5 hours to get home. This is good.
Something.
Oh.
I want to say it was. Well, hold on. Let's see here. One something, I think.
Yeah. And then did you have to go back up there and get your?
1 something. So he got home at 1 something. It takes 3.5 hours to get there. So he didn't say how 1 something it was. Oh, that was the question. The afternoon. He got there. Maybe you can. Was it 1:30? Was it closer to 2? I don't know. But we now know it's 1 something. So that means he had to have left his job. 1 something. So let's just cut it in the middle. Let's say 1:30. He got there at 1:30. Okay, give or take. So 1:30. It takes 3.5 hours. So 3 hours would be 3, 12, 11, 10. So between 10 and 10:30, that would be, so between 10 and 10:30, he left his job. He found out about his stepson missing at 6:03 in the morning, and it took him 4 hours. I want to put that in perspective. 4 hours to leave his work, to make his way home. 4 hours. And it wasn't because he asked to leave. It's because he got kicked off the job. Wow. What a loving, caring.
We don't know if he got kicked off the job. I wonder where that came from.
Guy he is. Didn't we start off with him saying that that's his job as a man to protect his family?
Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should go back and do everything in chronological order. Like that'd be a task for me, a big task. I mean, that'd be a big task because that's been everywhere, here, there, every freaking where. But I could put together like chronologically, like the interviews, how they all kind of started. The ones especially on YouTube and like TikTok and those ones. I think that would be a good idea just to see how this case kind of unfolded with like the fake neighbors and all the stuff, all the things.
What man protects his family when he finds out his stepson's missing from his home and it takes him 4 hours to leave work? And he didn't even leave work on his own accord. All right, Delilah, you keep knocking my thing. You're going to have to hit your head. Come on.
What?
Twist around.
Why is she,
there you go. There you go.
Why is she going under the blanket for Delilah?
Sorry, she keeps moving and keeps moving and keeps moving. All right. Now
Betty. Oh, my camera's off. Okay, let me see here. Get you. I don't know why I just didn't just stand up. I just moved my chair over. Betty, if you get you one of these, right? I took my thing off that connects it, so I got it in my purse in case I do anything while I'm in Columbus tomorrow. But if you get yourself a tripod like this, not that little like stupid cell phone thing you got, I don't know why you have that. You can sit this right on the side of your bed. You guys can't see it, but if I go this way, you could sit this on like the side of your bed and you could film. Because there's a piece that connects that comes out, and you could sit it like this and film while you're still laying in bed, and your dog wouldn't mess with it. And if the dog did, it would have like a good standing, right? It's like 30, 40 bucks, Betty. Go get yourself one. It's called a, I don't even know. This thing's not the best. I don't think it is, but Fuji Tech, I think. There you go.
Now it's getting to the camper. Let's hear what they have to say about the camper.
Camper, I mean, is that what y'all had to go back and get that? Somebody had to drop it back?
Okay, let's listen very clearly. We're going to come back to this. We're going to listen to this. We're going to overanalyze these sentences.
We're going to overanalyze everything.
No, it's a fifth wheel. It's a fifth wheel.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I couldn't tell. Somebody was just
So there's a couple things that, because of this whole situation, I hope families never endure.
Right.
So before he gets into the camper, he gives us a pity party. Oh, poor me, right? Self-preservation. Poor me. I hope parents never have to go. Well, you guys put yourself in the situation. Let's be honest, right? Chris?
Sebastian, please come home. Like, I really need you to come home now, okay? I'm going to really need you to come home. Or be found, but come home. You know, like, really. Put this woman in her place.
Didn't you and Katie allegedly put yourself in this situation? Right? There's lights on the outside of your house going to a car that looks like your mom's.
What?
I mean, didn't you guys put yourself in this situation? If you didn't want to be in the situation.
You cannot see what's going on and with nothing. No, I don't care how many times you lighten it, you brighten it, you put a damn layover on it. You are seeing things that people want you to see. Your brain is tricking you. Believe me. I've dealt with cases where we do this. This has happened in a lot of cases. We will get some dark footage or some crazy footage that you can't really see. It's happened in like 3 different cases now. And people will overlay it and they'll brighten it and they'll do all this stuff they'll say that to the contrast, blah, blah, blah. But it's literally just distorting it even more, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. And then it's like you're seeing what they're telling you to see. Like, I can't even do that. I can't look at this stuff and be like, yeah, that's what that is.
Maybe you should have made sure the child stayed at home in a healthy condition. Maybe you should tell your wife.
Pretty sure Sebastian looked real healthy to me. I mean, you guys saw his picture, right? Like, he looked pretty dang healthy. Now, Betty, you don't look so healthy at all. At all.
To quit drinking so much. You had her quit smoking. Why is that?
Does she smoke or drink? I mean, they have that little bar area in their house. I mean, who doesn't? I don't, but I just don't. But most people do. Even if they don't drink, they will have a bottle of wine or a bottle of liquor at their home. Maybe some beers in the fridge from when a friend came over and had a few beers, because other people drink. Doesn't mean she drinks. And if she does have a drink every once in a while, who friggin' cares? It's her house.
Alcohol, okay. Just say it.
So now you're calling her an alcoholic. Does Katie look like a damn alcoholic to you guys? Do you think that she'd be able to get through the military and be ranked so high? If she was a drunk? I don't see her doing drills as being a drunk, Betty.
Let's listen to the poor me again.
So there's a couple things that, because of this whole situation, I hope families never endure.
Right.
Without going into great details, I almost lost my job.
Does that sound normal? Why would somebody almost lose their job? He almost lost his job because he had a bad attitude. Like,
he probably had a bad attitude because his stepson is missing and he's so far away from his wife.
One that somebody would have if they didn't sleep the night before and tried to make it through work. He was in a crap, poor mood. on the day that his stepson, disappeared. Seems a little odd behavior. And they threatened to lose his job.
Where'd they put him, Betty?
And he's wanting a poor pity party?
And your little theory with the bag, the freaking whatever bag, if that was the case, Katie would have had to have driven a car to take the body somewhere, right? I'm sure that her vehicle backing out of the driveway would be picked up on a Ring camera somewhere. The car would. Maybe not Sebastian walking out the door so much and dark and, dark clothes, darkness, but a car would, even if the headlights were out. So, Betty, what are you saying? Because there's no way Katie brought him out through the garage and drove out the driveway. It would be on camera, and then she would be in a lot of trouble right now.
Nobody fires somebody from their job for missing a child unless there's some suspicious things going on.
No, there's not. No, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Let's go back and listen. Let's go back to the poor pity party. Let's go to the poor me of Chris Proudfoot.
I hope families never endure.
Right.
Without going into great details, I almost lost my job.
Over this?
Yes, over this, very much.
Seems a little weird.
And because of that, I was like, well.
Maybe people were calling into his job or something like that and getting him into trouble, because that's a Betty thing right there.
So I got permission. And I say I got permission. I asked law enforcement,
Right,
said,
Austin?
hey, I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home. Because right now, and they said, okay. So we told them what day we were going.
So this is what he said. He almost lost his job. And because he almost lost his job, he needed to go down and pick up his camper from a third party. It wasn't on site. So whether he lost his job or not, why did it matter whether his camper was picked up right then and there or not?
Might as well pick it up, because he's not going to be back there to get it for a long time. He might have thought that. He might have thought, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to be happening. I need to go get my stuff. I just need my stuff at my house. Like, people are particular. If I had a camper that was sitting out there, I would either go get it or I'd have somebody get it for me. I would do one of the two. But I definitely would get my things, because what maybe there's something valuable inside. Those things and those campers are not cheap. I would want my stuff at home too. I personally would. Maybe he wanted to bring it home too, because maybe, I don't know. Maybe he thought investigators would want to look at the camper. I don't think that's the case, but I don't think Chris thinks like that, but you know what I mean.
What do you say, Rachel? I'm sorry, you have a voice like other creators. Can we take our pride and internet bashing by all its sad, Betty, to all? Maybe private chat, no one knows, and flipping really poor. I don't know what you're trying to say. You'll have to clear that up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Wabi? Just asking. I don't know who Wabi is. Dwight. He lays it on thick. Yeah. Don't reply, please. Just think of what I'm saying, because all speak, question, respect, all true. This is about Sebastian Rogers. So if you have anything about Sebastian Rogers, please write it. But telling me what I need to be doing is not a good relationship in me. I'm going to do whatever the hell I'm going to do. Just, if you don't know who the Bullhorn Betty channel is or who I am, I'm going to do whatever I choose to do.
Yeah, she does that a lot.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Offense, but.
If you were drinking right now and I told you to drink every time she said just saying about 20 minutes ago, I'm so sorry. You were probably not alive anymore.
Nobody tells me what to do. That's like literally the common theme of this channel. I appreciate the suggestion.
The common theme of her channel is she does whatever the hell she wants to do. That she is supposed to be an advocate for victims. I do what I want to do. Like, what kind of attitude is that? If I was a victim's parent I would never pick Betty to represent me ever. I mean, this is insanity. She needs help. Like, seriously, I think she really does need help.
But when you're telling me how to behave, I will behave uglier when somebody tells me how to behave. I don't get told what to do. Ask my mama. She tells me to do one thing, I do just the opposite. I've been like that my whole life. It doesn't work. And I'm 45, so I'm an old
Listen to your
dog.
mama.
You can't teach.
You better listen to your mama. Betty, if I didn't listen to my mom, I never even thought about not listening to her. She'd probably just be like, whatever, and like laugh because my mom was a saint. But I never told Betty, you better not be telling your mama no.
Teach me any new tricks. Okay. What you see is what you get at this point. Oh, that's all I'm
We know that. We know that.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
home. Because right now, and they said, okay. So we
Oh, Seth, thank you. I want you to have a great day. Well, I want you to have the best day.
Can we see it? Damn that chat. What'd she do? Did she like do something
You
in this
can have
video?
today. That's what I
So Seth's in the chat. Telling her to have a good day when she's saying all of this stuff about the stepfather of his child. You can hate somebody. I mean, you can just dislike somebody, which in my opinion, he's jealous. It's jealousy. It's just jealousy. But you could hate somebody and show respect. You respect people. That's called being an adult, right? If you don't have nothing nice to say, then you don't say anything at all, right? Well, you take that and you put that towards your life and you get the hell out of chats that are talking about the mother and stepfather of your child. What is wrong with you, Seth Rogers? What is wrong? That's really, really, what's wrong with you? Why would you allow Bullhorn Betty and Tony Mathis to be on your team when you had good people there for a while? Chloe was good. Trev time. You had some people in your corner that were good. But then you got rid of all of them for Tony Mathis, who can't even run a TikTok without showing his TikTok. And then you've got Betty that's known for planting evidence in an active murder investigation, which I don't know which one's worse. I don't know. I really don't. I think it might be Betty. I'm not sure though, because she's more loud. She's louder.
I hope for you.
Maybe we should do a poll on that. Let's see where our poll's at right now, actually, really quick. I'm going to close it out and we're going to do another one. I said, do you think the judge will grant the RO, like restraining order or the protection order for the Proudfoots and the Bowersox? And 74% of you guys said yes. 15% said no. And 11% said Betty won't show. I'll end the poll. That was funny. And we'll do another one here in just a minute.
I'll be there just as soon as I can. And
we'll go back a minute.
They said,
poll one.
okay. So we
oh, Seth, thank you. I want you to have a great day. Well, I want you to have the best day you can have today. That's what I hope for you. I'll be there just as soon as I can. And can't wait to see you. Can't wait to shower you with love, right? Shower you with love. So it's everybody, let's not forget, this is going to be a really rough weekend and a really rough start to the next week because we're coming up on a very pivotal time frame. And we want as much support and as much
time frame. What do you mean? There's no time frame. It's called court. You better be dressed up too. Take a shower, do your hair, the whole 9 yards. You're going to court. Wear slacks. Don't wear shorts, Betty. This is not a Florida court. Don't wear shorts. Don't wear a tank top. You can't do that in Tennessee.
love.
And just do your hair or something, make sure you got your readers on right.
Out there for Sebastian, right? At the end of the day, we're all doing this. Everything I'm going through is for the sake of Sebastian and finding the answers to what happened with Sebastian. And these people, I feel bad. I see we're all getting a taste of who Chris and Katie are publicly. And it makes me very sad for Sebastian because now that we see who they are, truly who they are, how evil they are, it makes us wonder what Sebastian really, truly went through.
What did he go through? Went bowling, went out to eat, got that big popcorn, went to BJ's. I love going to Sam's Club. I go there like once or twice a week, or maybe once or twice every 2 weeks. But I love it because you can just get things in bulk and it's fun. Betty, you're a terrible person for what you're saying.
Living in their home. I can tell.
and he looks so healthy and he smiles like huge in every picture. I mean, you could tell the kid was a happy kid. I mean, you know, you could tell that he lit up a room.
Tell you that they wouldn't be parents I'd want. I'm very thankful for my mom. I'm very thankful for my father. I'm very thankful for my family.
Where's your dad
I
at,
tell
Betty?
you, I would not, I'm glad I wasn't born to Chris and Katie. I can tell you that.
I could tell you right now that I'm pretty sure it wasn't a bad life living with Chris and Katie. You know what I mean? Like if they want to adopt me, shit. I'm a little older, but I'll take new parents. I'll take some parents. Parents on aisle 5.
Just saying.
Just
Let's
saying.
go back. Now we got to strip away all the BS. She asked him, I want to just point this out. She asked him about leaving the camper. And he starts going into this dissertation about everything other than the camper, almost like he wants pity for himself.
No, he
as to
doesn't.
why he had to go and pick up his camper, but it still didn't make sense because they turned around and went back 2 weeks later. Did his job not matter then? Didn't look like
Get away from you guys.
he was working then. It just seems odd. Why would you give a rat's patootie? Your camper wasn't on business grounds. What did it matter whether you lost your job? Heck, you haven't even worked in Memphis in a really long time, yet your camper was sitting there for months empty. So can somebody explain that? He just had to go get the camper. Why? He left it there for months empty. No. I think it's crazy. I think everything that they say has been a lie. I absolutely believe everything that they have said is a lie. Let's go back. I just went back 20 seconds. Let's listen to this horse crap again.
And because of that, I was like, well, so I got permission. And
I got permission. He does say I got permission. Did they follow him? And I guarantee those yahoos in Sumner County and the yahoos running TBI didn't even tail this man. What you bet? They let him run free with a missing child 3.5 hours away, and they didn't even Brian Koberger him, right?
What?
They didn't even tail him. They didn't even watch what he was doing. He could have done anything.
What? She crossing cases, or am I going crazy? Hold on.
This is 3.5 hours away. Didn't even tail this man. What you bet? They let him run free with a missing child 3.5 hours away, and they didn't even Brian Koberger him.
Those stops with Brian Koberger were not planned. They were not planned, Betty. Do you not know any of the cases that you cover? Do you not know the facts of the cases? Dummy? Dum-dum?
Right? They didn't even tail him. They didn't even watch what he was doing. He could have done anything. This is why I get so frustrated with the policing in Tennessee. Sorry, not sorry. I guarantee not one person followed that man.
And I say I got permission. I asked law enforcement, said, hey, I need to go down, go get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home.
I need to go down, get my fifth wheel, and I need to bring it home. Again, 3.5 hours there, 3.5 hours back, 1 hour tops to clean that camper up. Okay, so you're looking at a total of an 8-hour trip, 9 hours at best. So why did it take him twice that time to bring?
I think, I don't know for sure, but I think that you can rent, like you can, certain spots, like only certain spots in the campground are where you can camp and you can leave your camper there like all year round. Other spots are like, you can only be there for like a certain amount of time. So I'm wondering if that spot that he was in was one of those spots where, you couldn't leave it there. Because like, and it looks like a spot like that you couldn't leave maybe there all the time. Because my brother has a huge camper and they go camping every year. I think that he finally got a spot where he can leave it there all year round because he was so happy about that and is excited because they can like decorate and do all the things, and they don't have to like tear it down after the summer. So it might have been one of those.
Bring his camper back. Let's keep listening.
Because right now, and they said, okay. So we told him what day we were going.
We told him what day we were going. Now we remember he keeps saying we, but it really was just him. Katie didn't leave. We can corroborate Katie didn't leave with him.
I'm telling you, I say we all the time. I have a mouse in my pocket. If it's me, I say we all the time. I do say we. You'll see it in my posts too. Like even my community tabs, I'll say we.
And we went down there.
'Cause we.
Weren't even down there, I don't know, 24 hours maybe? I think we were down there maybe 17 hours. Long enough.
17 hours.
Thank you.
Maybe up to 24 hours. So a full day. So that means if they were gone for 24 hours, they would have had to, he would have had to leave. He's going to correct himself and say it was just me. Katie didn't go. So, hey, Mama Bear, it's nice to see you. I love how people defend them and say they're following Ellie's advice.
So you say something about him saying we, and then you just said right now but he's going to go on to correct himself and say I. So why are you even upset about right now? But you were picking this apart. I'm going to pick you apart.
Did Ellie tell him to go on podcast for hours doing weird voice? Exactly. No, law enforcement is not telling them this. As a matter of fact, I've got the picture. Law enforcement was very, very clear. Very, very clear on this. Understandably, there is interest in hearing from friends and family to help provide more personal context about Sebastian. This is from the TBI spokesperson.
Okay.
However, we have been requested by the family. So the family's requesting it from them, not them from the family. And it's right here. TBI spokesperson right there.
Who cares?
And this is what it says.
I didn't see that.
They keep telling everybody that law enforcement tells them this and law enforcement tells them, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. They even came to the public to let them know they're not advising him of this. This is what they say. Understandably, there is interest in hearing from friends and family to help provide a more personal context about Sebastian. However, we have been requested by the family, Christopher Proudfoot, to let local media know that they are not in a position to speak to or will be available to media at this time. When has any family denied media for their missing child? And
I want to see this message because the TBI, their last post was from like back in February, March. So what is she even looking at?
Chris and Katie requested that TBI put out a statement, and TBI did, saying the family requested us to do this. So they wanted to make sure that we knew it was not coming from them, but coming from the family. Let me finish this up.
Because
however, we have been requested by the family to let.
Maybe because so many people kept saying TBI, bring the TBI, make the TBI do something.
Media know that they are not in a position to speak or be available for media at this time. We have told them that while we would relay their message, it would be the decision of the individual media outlets and reporter to proceed as they see fit. Chris and Katie, this is how I proceed and how I see fit. Just FYI. Dirtbags. Dirtbags. Dirtbags, dirtbags, dirtbags that don't mind lying to law enforcement, lying under oath, and lying to the public. You've been busted. Let's keep going. Now that we got that cleared up, it hasn't been TBI. It's been Chris, and it's been Chris this entire time. Seems a little funny because they have a missing child. I have never in the history of covering these cases had a parent, sorry, I didn't mean to yell, had a parent deny media to have their child put front and center when they're truly missing. Because Chris and Katie,
whatever, Betty. No,
they know.
Betty, you tried to cover Madeline and Kojikari, so you right there, you're a liar. That's a case where the mom didn't report her till she had to. Lori Vallow, Lori Daybell, did you cover that case too?
To get down, I finished packing everything up, and honestly,
Dumb.
She didn't go. I was in there long enough to pack everything up. I spent the night in my trailer, hooked up the next morning, and came home.
That doesn't even remotely make sense. There's not enough stuff in that trailer that would take him 10 hours to pack up. There are people in my chat right now that have campers, that have the fifth wheels, that have the ones that expand and close up. You guys know how long it takes you to clear that up and to get that loaded up. You guys know how long it takes you. How long does it take you? Thank you, Dwight. God bless you. For those people in my chat that have any type of camper or fifth wheel, it doesn't need to be that big. It could be bigger, it could be smaller. But how long does it take you to literally pack that?
I agree, Josh. I agree. He said, you would think she would dress to impress and do her hair at least with 30K subs. Like Betty, you are a plug to a drain. Seriously. And Sonia is her side double. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They're match made in hell. You would think every night I get ready for my live. I take a shower. I do my hair. I don't wear makeup. So, forgive me. But I do wear, I do my eyebrows a little bit, and I do wear some little bit of mascara for you guys. And I put my face stuff on, my face creams. But yeah, Betty, come on now. You can fix yourself up a little bit. You could do it. You could do that. I mean, even the braids or something. I mean, we might make fun of them, but at least you tried. I was actually going to come on wearing braids tonight, and I totally forgot to do it. Dang it, I'm so mad at myself. I was going to wear the Pippi Longstocking braids. I was going to do the Pippi Longstocking ones for you guys and not even tell you, just come on live and see if anybody laughed about it. She doesn't care what people think, Blue Peach. You're right. You're absolutely right. This is a woman. She should a little bit.
That up.
Because she's looks wrong and she's getting the facts wrong. So, I mean, if she looked rough, you know what I mean? And it's oh, she must be researching a lot about her cases, right? It's not that. She just is stressed out. She stresses herself out.
I don't understand why they weren't arrested we're in Tennessee, folks. Like I said, you want to get away with murder, go to Tennessee. Just hide the body real well. You'll go without the victim will go without justice, and you will never have to see a cell, a prison cell. Tennessee just, they're a perfect state to hide a body and to get away with murder because they don't care. They don't care. And they don't try to adjust their laws either. It's a wild, wild west in Tennessee. They don't care about women and they don't care about children. Now I'm being a little dramatic, but you know what? I'm doing that for effect. And not only that, I want Tennessee to understand how the rest of the world looks at them when we hear cases like this. Right? And I'm hoping that when they're sick and tired of me telling people to go to their state if they want to unalive their family or their children, maybe they'll start changing their laws to make it a little more difficult for people to do that in their state. Remember, we have more cases in the state of Tennessee than any other case, than any other state. We don't.
Shut up, Betty. I did the statistics last night for Ohio. Come pick a child. Any of the 15,000 that are missing. Actually, I think it was over that. I think it was 18,000 that are missing right now. That were missing within a year. 1 year. So you can come over to Ohio and you can start helping, right? You can get off Sebastian's case and help with other kids, right? No, you can't. You can't. You can't. You can't.
We don't have 5 cases in Texas. We don't have 5 cases in Florida.
She doesn't work 5 cases.
Have 5 different headliner cases out of the state of Tennessee, and every last one of them have gone unsolved and no arrests. Major cases, national cases. They get an F, folks. Do I like the state of Tennessee?
Do you know how many cases every state has that is unsolved? Come on, Betty.
Tennessee, yes. Do I think it's beautiful? Yes. Do I think it has a lot of great people? Absolutely. But there are laws and there are DA.
The people don't want you there at all because they're afraid if you come to their house, you're going to urinate in their front yard because that's what you said you were going to do to somebody in the great state of Tennessee.
And their state attorneys don't know how to run a circumstantial case. They're very ignorant when it comes to that. And
I hope after tomorrow there is I hope there's a good judge. I hope that it is a judge that is stern. I hope it's a judge that is sick of social media running into his courtroom. I hope it's an older judge. I hope it's somebody that's been there for a little while that has seen this growing, this trend of social media getting too involved and missing and and true crime cases in general, but especially the missing. There needs to be laws against that. You're talking about underage children. And the way that these creators talk about these underage children is, quite frankly, disgusting most of the time. And I think there should be laws against that. If you're not here to help, then get off the platform. And if you're not here to cover more than one case, get off the platform. We don't need you to cover just one case. If you want to do true crime, cover multiple cases. Give people something that their brains to work. You know what I mean? I don't mind doing Sebastian, but I want my mind and my brain to work and be thinking. Sebastian's case, the facts are he walked out of the house that night somehow, and we don't know where he went. And that's the facts. All the other stuff that we've heard is just BS from parents. Mostly Seth Rogers, because he's done a lot of talking. He's done a lot of talking. Look at that. J-Do's been here for a month. Where's it at? I saw it. I think I'm up too far. I'll go here. Look at that. Thank you. If BHB cared, she would stop being a distraction. Yes. And try to maybe like if I was a victim's advocate, right? If I wanted to be like an advocate and boots on the ground and all that good stuff, right? I would want to work closely with law enforcement. I would want to be good with them. Maybe I would send them, a little cup, like some brownies or something. Bring them in a little cake or something. I would want to get along with the parents of the victims, all of the parents. I would want to be non-biased. That's how I would be if I was a victim's advocate. Now, Betty, this is Betty's being a victim's advocate.
And that has left
with Seth in the chat
a lot of unsolved cases on the table because of their unwillingness to do their damn job. Period.
Corruption. They're all corrupt.
They don't know whether to scratch their watch or whine their butt. And I'm getting sick and tired of it.
Never heard that.
I'm getting sick and tired of it personally. And this is not going to be any different. Sebastian.
She got served. She was so mad, probably.
Case is going to get freaking cobwebs on it if that community doesn't start standing up and speaking up. Period.
There are so many people talking about this case. It's ungodly. Like, I could go to the live tab right now. There'll be 20 people talking about it. What do you mean, Betty?
We can only do so much. But at some point, the community itself is going to have to take the bull by the horns and drive this bad boy home.
By the horns, she said.
You need to break up your good old boys club in Tennessee. It's not helping you. It's helping their pockets, but it's not helping the people. The sheriff won't even have a main person to answer questions, a public information officer. They're too cheap or don't have the budget to even have, like, this is the biggest case of Craddock's career right here, and he's failing. And you wonder why he's not having press conferences? Because he's failing. He's failing at the biggest job of his career right here. Now, is there going to be another big career-breaking job? Probably. This is Tennessee. Believe people like hurting people and hiding bodies and getting away with murder. So, with that being said, he's failing. He's failing his community.
But you see, what is his name? Grady from Florida, from her state. You see him on the news every other day busting somebody for something.
Failing this case. He won't let anybody know.
There's so much crime there. It's ridiculous.
Or give anybody any type of transparency as to what they dropped the ball on, but we know they dropped the ball up front. They didn't even take fingerprints around the house. They thought there was no point in doing so. What idiots. What idiots. You know what it could have done, Mr. Craddock? I'm not going to call you sheriff. You're not my sheriff. But Mr. Craddock, it would have proved that he did not walk out that front door. That's what it would have proved. If you'd have just taken out a single kit and dusted that door handle and dusted those numbers on the keypad, you might have already had your answer.
Betty doesn't know what they did. And Betty, Sebastian's fingerprints would be on there, dummy. Dummy. Dum-dum. 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 He lived there. Does she think that somebody abducted him and they came into the home to get him? Because that would just be stupid, Betty. I'm sorry. That would be ignorant. Sorry, I slapped my hands like that. I hate when people clap their hands, but I had to get some anger out there. But it's like, oh my, I wonder if she's live there yet.
But hey, it wasn't worth your time.
Check the page.
Just like doing forensics wasn't worth your time. But hey, don't worry. We believe you're turning over every rock and every stone to get to the truth. Okay.
If there's no evidence of something happening, they can't just start ripping up carpets and tearing down walls for no reason, Betty. They're investigators. They know how to investigate. Do you have a degree? What is her degree? What's her degree in? Surely she doesn't have a bachelor's like I do in criminal justice and applied science. Surely not. I know she doesn't. I can tell by listening to her. She needs to go to school. It's never too old to go to college, Betty. It's never too old to go back to school. Never too old to learn.
I said she didn't go. I was under long enough to pack everything up. I spent the night in my trailer. hooked up the next morning, and came home.
Mhm. So, but will you be going back to work there? I mean,
And?
they'll allow you to go back to work there? I mean, in Memphis?
Things have worked out. I will be returning to work.
Good. Okay. All right. Good.
Things have worked out. I will be returning.
If things work out, he said. He's meaning, in my opinion, if Sebastian comes home, he will then return to work. But until Sebastian comes home, he's going to stay with Katie and try to find Sebastian. That's what I got out of that. But like Betty just likes to let me go back.
I will be.
They will allow you to go back to work there? I mean, in Memphis?
Things have worked out. I will be returning to work.
Good. Okay. All right. Good.
Things have worked out. I will be returning to work. I don't think he ever returned to work.
Things haven't worked out, Betty. We're down a child. Remember Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers?
I don't think he ever returned to work.
That better be a Dr. Pepper there, Betty.
I think that was just an
When you're drinking diet, if you're going to drink diet, just do the real deal, okay? Just do the real deal.
excuse
And Mountain Dew's the only way to go. Do the do.
for him and Katie to run away from home.
Sponsor me.
Because it was my understanding when he left, he was told that he can't come back until he cleans this situation up or clears this situation up. He can't come back to their job. So when they said that he was going back to their job, but they're all sitting in a camper for days, I started realizing that he probably is not going. So now we heard it. It was Smiley's World. And it's not just 17 hours. It was 17 hours up to 24 hours. Now he wants us to believe it took him 24 hours to clean that camper up and bring it home.
He never said 24 hours.
I want you guys to think that.
Back up your crap, Betty. Watching my mouth. You know, I'm watching my mouth because my preacher, my preacher. Don't want my preacher to hear me. Betty, stop smoking on that vape. That's not a vape. The way she's talking.
24 hours to get a camper.
24 hours. I thought it was 17 hours, Betty. It's been 17 hours this whole time. Now it's 24. It didn't take him 24 hours to do anything, Betty. Why are you spreading misinformation like it's fun for you? Like, look, she loves this. She loves doing this. She loves it. Her and JLR are like having this little beef back and forth. And I feel like she's spitting stuff out just to get him underneath his skin. And he's letting people post pictures in the Facebook group, but funny memes. And it's just insane.
3.5 hours away back to his house. That is.
So if he lives 3 hours, let's say, that's 6 hours drive time right there. He slept overnight, or like at the camper. So he slept a little bit. He had to hook up the camper. He had to take all the stuff down, undo the electric, the plumbing, the toilets, all that, get it all like the dump station, doing all that nasty stuff, hook it all back up, hook it up to his truck, and then drive it home. And I'm sure on the way there, maybe he had to stop and get gas or do something like that. There's 17 hours for you, Betty, right there.
It's critical information. Critical information. He was gone a full day for a 3.5 hour drive with the biggest life catastrophe he could have ever imagined. What person is going to sit there and leave their wife at home? Remember, he's the protector.
Yeah, she just switched back to her coffee. She's drinking coffee and Diet Dr. Pepper. Ugh. Why are you drinking so much, Betty? Why do you need to drink so much?
Turd out of one side of his mouth. That's his job.
Right. Eli's mom tomorrow can't get here fast enough. Really, really, really. I might have to come on at 9 a.m.
His job. Dun, Chris Proudfoot. Right? That's his job, being that strong man. And you're such a strong man that you literally duck and hid for 24 hours because normal men that are going through this, one, wouldn't even give a rat's ass about their camper. They would call down there, tell them the situation, hand them a credit card and say, charge whatever you need.
I'm going to tell you a little something here, Betty. They do that. They do. Men do that. Men do that. They do. Me and Vincent got in an argument one time. It was when we first started dating. I can't even tell you what it was about. It was probably literally about like what color something was. I mean, like literally we just don't argue. We just don't. But it was when we first started dating. and I'm his first girlfriend, so remember this. He pieced out on me, and I was at his place for 2 days. Didn't hear from him, didn't see him, to know nothing. And I'm like, what the heck? I was punching air. I was so mad, right? Because I'm at the time I was an extrovert, huge extrovert. He was a huge introvert. So when he heard like me getting upset, he didn't know what to do to fix it, really. So he just left and didn't know what to do. So he just left and sat in his car in Walmart parking lot for 2 days. And I know that's what he did because it's Vincent. it's Vincent. But he came back in like 2 days. But people do that. People run a little bit, and sometimes they don't want to have to deal with what's going on in their life at that moment, and that's normal.
Need to, I'll be down there when I can get down there to pick it up. That's the first and foremost what a real man would have done.
And I'm sure him and Katie were on the phone the whole time, if they were on the phone for 3 hours that one night, and that I think that they were on the phone that long. Me and Vincent do that. We will, if he's driving home from work or something, he'll just sit with me on the phone. Like, I'm like, I'm going to get off here, I guess. And then we'll just sit there. Dead air. I'll just be cleaning up, doing what I'm doing. He's driving home.
Secondly, if he did have to, without a doubt, go pick up the camper, I don't think he would have cared what broke in that camper, what fell over in that camper. I don't think somebody, but you know what? Even if they's like, okay, let me just batten down the hatch on these few things. I don't see it taking 10 hours. Think about it.
That's a hazard to have stuff just flowing around in your camper to where it can make it can make it off balance. Why would you, Betty?
That man could have repainted it, refloored it, pressure cleaned it, put a new air conditioning, and did some repairs on the engine in that amount of time.
But there'd be no evidence there, but no one saw him at the campground doing all that, right? Pulling out carpets, spray painting or painting the freaking camper. Nobody around him. All those campers, no one saw him doing all that. You need to use your common sense, Betty. Did you not get that? You didn't get any. And you can't teach that, so you're screwed.
That he's saying that he had to just clean up his camper and bring it home.
She has zero common
Allegedly,
sense.
I've been telling you there's something with that camper from the very, very beginning. Darren, it could be part.
Chris Proudfoot, if you're in here right now, can you just give Betty the camper? Just give it to her. Just give her the damn camper. Say, here, just have it. We will find a way to get you another camper. It might not be the prettiest, but we'll get some funds together. We'll get you a brand new camper. Just give her the damn camper.
Because I can't figure out why they parked it in Mississippi so long. That was completely out of the state and the jurisdiction of TBI.
You don't owe her any answers. Just give her the camper.
And now we're hearing that it's possible that another camper was switched out with it, potentially Kathy Bowersox. But nobody can confirm that. That's just speculative. Until somebody can give me pen to paper or give me a segment where it is stated or confirmed by Chris or Katie, it's speculative. We can't use it. Allegedly, he switched with his mom, but that's again, why guess about it? If he allegedly did, we should have some proof of that. I'm hearing there were 3 different campers in their family. Well, would they all order Montanas?
No, they weren't. No one's going to have the same 3 freaking campers, Betty.
Because his was a Montana.
Well, congratulations.
Or at least the one he took to Yogi Bear was a Montana. Now, we don't know what the first one was, right? Could the first one have been different?
The first one, she said, Betty, you have people in your audience that are gullible and they're going to believe this crap. Now people are going to go around saying there's 2 campers. He had 2 campers parked there. What the heck, Betty?
I'd have to think that they have tag numbers and, serial numbers on the car. Vehicle identification
they do. VIN numbers. Yeah, they do. They're on the engine. They're on parts that you can't get to. Not just in your windshield.
That would identify whether that was, but we have to have law enforcement that actually wants to find answers. We don't even have a good investigative reporter,
Them damn reporters
is just, hey, sheriff, can you give me any news? What kind of investigative reporting is that?
Respectful. He has to work with those people. These are his colleagues, right? If he's an investigative reporter, the police are like his colleagues. He is not going to be rude like you are to people, Betty.
Nick never even has fact find one scintilla of information that he's been provided. He hasn't even looked into it. He just
the lights and everything. He did look into it, and then he said that was the trash truck and blah blah blah.
Vomiting whatever he's told to vomit.
Well, yeah, he should be. That's what we do. That's what, when you trust law enforcement, right? They're not all bad, Betty. Not even, can't even say a lot of them. Like, I mean, this is ridiculous. I wish there was a percentage. I wish there was a number. I'll have to look it
should
up.
add their photos to Sebastian's on the billboard. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Kelly, I am going to do billboards. That is a
Can
great
you do
idea.
that?
That is an absolute great idea. We're going to design a
I already know what she's going to say. Chris Proudfoot, I hope you are in here tonight. I know you've been in here before. I hope you're in here tonight. You might be sleeping because you got a big day tomorrow. But don't let Betty, don't.
We're going to design.
If Betty is deciding to put you guys on a billboard, make sure you get that restraining order. Don't walk out of court without it tomorrow. Clip this right here. Clip it right here. She's going to put your picture on a billboard and be like, they did something to their kid. That you cannot do that. That is defamation. That has got to be defamation. Right? Right? That has to be defamation.
Billboards, and we're going to strategically put them in and around the Tennessee, the Mississippi, and the Louisiana area. I think
I bet you Betty doesn't buy one billboard unless her subscribers give her the money, and she probably still won't because she didn't buy the lawyer.
those would be the best places. Maybe North Carolina. You know what? That's a great stinking idea, because we're going to make their face bigger than Sebastian's, because at the end of the day, we got plenty of billboards going up for Sebastian, right? We just have
at the end of the day, we don't
come into.
There could be a million billboards up, and that's not enough for Sebastian. What are you talking about, Betty? So you'd rather put up a billboard of Chris and Katie than a 15-year-old missing child? Forget about who did what. Let's find Sebastian. How about that? Forget about what happened or could have happened or should have happened or whatever. And let's focus on actually finding Sebastian first. And then we can play the freaking blame game, right? Let's find him first and then play the blame game. You're doing this all wrong, Betty. And I pray that judge comes down on you hard. I pray that gavel comes down on you hard. And I would pay a year's salary to see this on Zoom. I really would. I really would.
To our live on the other channel, bragging about how many billboards they've got and Kentucky for Sebastian. So we don't need to cover Sebastian. They got Sebastian covered. Maybe it's now time to find out some information about two parents that have changed their story quite a bit and have a lot to hide. And then we're going to need to extend because I was looking up until March 2nd, but that fat mouth that they're friends with, she was creeping by their house on the 3rd, and clearly the camper wasn't at their house on the 3rd. So it sounds like it was even after the 3rd that
who was creeping by where?
They went back. That fat two parents that have changed their story quite a bit and have a lot to hide.
They haven't changed their story.
And then we're going to need to extend because I was looking up until March 2nd, but that fat mouth that they're friends with, she was creeping by their house on the 3rd, and clearly the camper wasn't at their house on the 3rd. So it sounds like it was even after the 3rd that
Stop using Illuminati's content for your own gain.
they went back to get the camper. So that was over a week later. That's much later than what.
And don't talk about people like that, Betty. Look at you. Look at you. What are you doing, Betty? Clue looks way better than you. What are you talking about? She's wittier. She's faster than you with a comeback too. I mean, I gotta give her that.
New.
She would tear Betty apart.
Didn't they put billboards around the husband?
Hey, I wonder if she's going to be there tomorrow in court. Because, I mean, it's open court. You can go in there.
Property for the D's case. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do it.
Does anyone know?
Well, thank you, Dwight. God bless you. Let's do that. Guys, time to bring it in. I'll have to get the dimensions, but you guys can know what size the billboards are. Go to Blip Billboards. Find out what you need to do. Let's design. I know I got graphic designers in here. I know I got people that are not.
Can I start doing this? I'm so sick of creators doing this. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. Why are you, I mean, and people are allowing this. Why are creators telling their subs to do their work for them. She should be looking up the blip billboards. She should be designing the blip billboards. She should be doing all of that if she wants donations for them. But instead, she wants you guys to do all the work and then give them to her. I don't think so. Last night I was on a live. I heard a live. I was heated. You know, I get heated by myself at night when I'm listening to stuff. I just, keep it all in. The creator literally was asking for a timestamp of a video to play for the live. They didn't even have content. And the subscribers gave it to them. And they waited for like 45 minutes to an hour to even start it. And I'm like, what is going on here? If I did that, y'all would leave me. Y'all would be like, I'm out of here, Tanya. I'm leaving you. I'm peacing out.
Novice or amateurs and everybody that likes to pitch in and do stuff. Let's do this. Let's vote on designs. Let the audience design the billboard.
Of Chris and Katie. Let's have the audience design it. I'll design it for you, Betty. It'll be with a big middle finger.
Let's
from Chris
design the
Crawford.
billboard. Everybody.
I can't do that. Can someone do that for me? Could somebody do that and do that blimp billboard? Put that together. I can't even talk and say it. I can't even say it. I have mods that I've never asked them to do anything. I don't even think I haven't talked to Jan in like on the phone in like months. You know what I mean? Like, just come in, have fun.
Send me your favorite design a billboard. You guys can go to Blip Billboards and look at the dimension of it. Send your creative thoughts to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Let's make Chris and Katie and Sebastian primary. We need to find information about Chris and Katie, right? We know their story blows. We know that's changed multiple.
I can give you information about Chris and Katie. I could read you the protection order that Katie put in for Seth. We could do that. That would let you know a little more about Katie, right?
Times. Not too many people have come forward. Maybe not too many people have known. He just gave me a compliment. Why did he do something wrong? Dwight, you can't be mean. You can't do bad things. Oh, you shouldn't have blocked. You shouldn't have timed him out, Pebbles. That was nice. He gave me a compliment. I don't get compliments from anybody anymore.
So one of her mods, it was probably a troll. He probably really wasn't giving her a compliment. She probably just took it that way. Don't take it that way, Betty. He probably wasn't really giving you a compliment.
Miss Betty,
she don't get compliments anymore.
Oh, he's trolling you. Oh man, Dwight, you're breaking my heart. He gave me a little hope in the hopeless. He's married. Oh, shame. We don't like that. You guys should know about me. And don't be fishing in nobody else's pond. That's how a lot of problems happen. Oh,
is that how that domestic violence situation happened? That's recorded on police body cam for everybody to see, Betty.
Oh no. We don't. Bad boy. That's just not.
Roro, that is a dollar store tablecloth that you can get, and she didn't even steam out the rinks. Now, I could give her a steamer. I have an extra. I have two extra, actually, that are like more portable, and then I have my huge one that stands up. So I don't want to give her my big one because that's mine. I use that every day. But one of the portable ones, I don't really like it. She could have it.
I hope your wife is watching. Is Dwight's wife watching? I'm telling you, I got a big mouth. I don't know if you know, and I'm not talking about in a good way either. You sneak it behind your wife's back, you might be debuted on the Bullhorn Betty Show. Jeez Louise. I guess go to Tennessee if you want to get rid of. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. It's sad. Let's look at our poll. Let's end the poll. We're into the poll. Let's see what we got for the ending of the poll. No. So we got 2/3. Did Katie appear upset about her son missing? We had almost 600 votes. Almost 600 votes. And that would be what? 400 saying no, she doesn't care, and only 200 saying she cares. Hot Wheels. Well, there we have it. I'm glad we were able to clarify some things up on. We're still looking for the date he went and picked up his camper. But when you're starting to look at the photos that people posted on social media from their house, I didn't know these people at the time. And one being Fat Mouth, that's their spokesperson, their criminal spokesperson. Blue Line Media, Billboard, advising in Tennessee, advertising in Tennessee. Okay, well, thank you. Send me over that. But anybody that wants to design a billboard, let's start getting some information. We got a whole group of people running information for Sebastian. Let's see what we can do. I mean, parents, Chris was missing in action. Where was he?
So she's saying that she wants her people to dig on Katie and Chris.
Where was he? So
why don't you do that, Betty, yourself? You don't have a job somewhere. It's not like you have a 9 to 5. This is your job. Do your own research. What are you talking about? I have never asked somebody for research on a case in my life. I mean, I'm about to start delegating some tasks to y'all. I'm going to get y'all shoot. I'm going to start giving you guys some tasks. I'll be like, Roro, I'm going to need you to do research for this case. I'm going to give you each a case. I'm just kidding. I would never do it. Oh no, be freaks.
We'll have to design. So send me over your designs. Let's see.
I couldn't even ask you guys. I would literally be laughing like too hard to even play a joke like that. You know, like, I mean, if I have a question, I come to you guys. We do that. Like, you know, if I'm like the 17-hour wit thing, I was like, where are they getting the 17 hours from? And I put it on my community page, and like 2 creators right away were right there, and members and subscribers were right there helping me. It was really cool. It was really cool to see because, like, you know, I do have a question every once in a while, and I'm glad I can come and ask you guys. But this is like crazy. Like, this is asking people to go out of their way and do something. Go do some work.
If we can start strumming up some leads and information for TBI related to the whereabouts of Chris and Katie, which are very questionable. They're
TBI has checked them. They said over and over, they vetted and vetted and vetted them and vetted them again.
Story has changed quite a bit since their child has been missing. And let's face it, they just had some really...
What changed other than the thud? It went from he made a noise or whatever to a thud. What else changed in the story? Can anyone else tell me what else changed? Anything else?
Red flag and problematic behavior since this case started. And we're not going to stop until we bring Sebastian home. So Chris and Katie, you want me off your ass? Just tell me where Sebastian is. Oh, Abigail, thank you. Love you. God bless you. Oh, there's a beautiful little baby. Oh. So, you know, if you want us off your ass, here's how you get us off your ass, Chris and Katie. Are you listening? Chris, Katie, hey, listen. Tell us where he's at. You'll never see me or hear from me again.
Josh, you're absolutely right.
I can do that.
You are absolutely right. She can have somebody watching her right now. We'll check here in a minute. We'll see. Actually, we can check out. See how many people watch this video. 9,442 people viewed this crap. So, and we're 43. Yeah, somebody definitely could be living in that area, or not even in the area. They could be living anywhere in the United States or wherever, and they could literally track down Chris and Katie at their home. Their address is known. It's out there, you know, and then you've got her inciting all of this hate towards them, making saying statements as if they're factual, right? Nothing that you've said has been factual. I don't think I've heard anything out of her mouth that's been a fact up to this point.
Because at the end of the day,
other than no man gives her compliments. I do believe that. I definitely believe that.
All I'm looking for is a boy. I could care less what piece of shit parents you are. I could care less how you beat the shit out of each other. I could care less how crazy.
Who beat who? Betty, do you know that Katie put out a protective order on Seth when they got divorced? And she was granted it. It was granted. So that means he was doing some shit, some real bad for her to be granted that, especially with a kid involved. So I'm going to need you to shut up, Betty, because you don't know what you're talking about. Chris and Katie, we don't have any evidence of them fighting. But we do have reports from Seth and Katie about their end of their relationship. And I have them pulled up right now.
And disturbed both of you.
Let me know if you guys have read through those. Have you guys read through the divorce paperwork for Chris and Katie for the, it is for like, one of them is a court document that just talks about how Katie is scared of Seth. And then it's Seth's response to that. And all of his responses is, my name's Seth Rogers and I didn't do it. My name's Seth Rogers and I didn't do it. Put a 1 in the chat if you've read through them. Put a 2 in the chat if you haven't. I might have to do that on a live. I might have to do that tomorrow. They're not very long, but they are very telling. We'll do those tomorrow. We're going to do those tomorrow. I'm going to do them during the day if you guys are available. If not, catch me on a replay because they're not long, but I want to like really show you guys, read them to you, and like go through these. And I also really want to. We're going to go through Betty, but I really want to go through that 911 dispatch or whatever it was, the audio from the police officers and the investigators that were out searching for Sebastian the day that he went missing, and they tracked his scent through the neighborhood to the construction site to the retention pond. And then the dog jumped into the retention pond. He has never done that before. That says on camera, but there were little foot marks where, like, I guess it looked like somebody may have jumped in barefoot. So 1 and 2. Okay, yeah, let's go over these tomorrow. We'll go over the marks. We've been in here 2 hours. I can't believe it. Already been 2 hours. Betty got me going.
You are, or the fact that you're potentially sociopaths. I don't care about any of that. Produce the boy, I go away, right? Produce the boy, I go away. You'll never hear me talk about you again, except whenever, other stuff starts happening. That's all.
Yeah, that's how Betty rolls. Once the kid's found, or like, let's say, or not found, like, say found deceased, right? Found deceased. She's just like, nope. After that, she's done with it. She's not going to go after Chris and Katie after that. She's just going to step away like she did with Quentin Simon. After Leilani got arrested, she was out. No more money for her.
All we want. That's all we want. All right, guys, God bless you. Thank you for hanging out with me. I've got some work to do. That's why I'm kind of getting all my stuff done early in the morning so I can get all the stuff. Oh, thank you, Darren. God bless you. If you voted, you should.
She's got work to do. No, you got to go to court, Betty. You got court. Why is she acting like she doesn't have court? She hasn't mentioned it at all. Does she not know that we all know? Does she not realize? Betty, do you not realize the whole YouTube streets and TikTok streets know for a fact that you have court tomorrow? Okay, let's go through that real quick. I have that. Oops, I stopped sharing it. That's okay. I'll share it again. So here's the docket. So all of them are Andra versus Andra. July 26th was the filing date. Next hearing, August 22nd. That's tomorrow at 9 a.m. That's going to be Eastern Standard Time. If I hear anything, as soon as I hear something or I see something, I will jump online. I'll jump on here. Let y'all know what happened, what's going on, all the deets. So make sure you're subscribed. You got your bell notifications on because this is a big one. We want to know. We want to know if Betty's going. I mean, this is big for YouTube, in my opinion. This is going to set the precedent if YouTubers can get away with their mouths and what they're doing and what they're saying and the stalking and the driving by their home and the placement of the flyers all around their home, but nowhere else. That's just, we know he's not in that neighborhood. Unless he's not, alive. I mean, obviously we know he's not in that neighborhood. Why'd you do that? I don't know. But all that, they're going to know all that. I hope that they set a precedent tomorrow and they do a 3-year protective order. And yeah, I hope they get 3 years for it. I hope they get the 3-year. She doesn't have a lawyer. She lied to y'all. So that lawyer she had that she was asking people to help her pay back. Okay, she got a lawyer for under retainer. One of her subscribers or somebody, Sonia probably, bought her this lawyer. She wanted her subscribers to give her money so she could pay back the person that paid the retainer for her lawyer. Her lawyer is nobody. It's pro se. That means she's her own lawyer. So, oopsie, that's too much. Okay, right here. I can get it. There we go. So Katie Proudfoot, Terry, let me see. All the way to Andra. I don't think she's on here actually, but it's right here on this page. Let me see. Right. Here is where it says that she was served. She was served on 8/19. So she was just served the other day. Finally. Ex parte order of protection. Attorneys pro se. Right here. Attorney. Pro se. No attorney. Grifting like a grifter does. Right, Valerie? Right? I say it every time. I say it all the time. Why do people do it? Why people with all of these creators that do the shit? They will be lying. I mean, and I'll tell you, come ask me. If you think someone's lying to you, come ask me. I'll tell you. I'll be like, yeah, I don't care. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, I will. I don't like, I hate people that lie to people. I hate people that, because there's people on this platform, right, that become friends in a way with these creators, parasocial, whatever you want to call it, you know? And then these creators feed off that because they know that if they do that, they're going to get money from these people. I don't know. We're all on a fixed income at this point, I feel like, in our lives. We're all on one. You know what I mean? Even people that have tons of money. Everyone is doing rough right now. And for Betty to have a lawyer paid for by a subscriber, and then she wants more money from her subscribers, and then she wants them to go do the research and the work for these billboards and make this blip a billboard about Katie and Chris. Not even about Sebastian. Who cares about Sebastian? You know, I mean, like, seriously. I mean, it's nobody. This is who this is who we're supposed to be worried about. And we're not supposed to be worried about these damn little wrinkles in his shirt. That didn't come from Katie ripping him up. So I think Betty said that. That probably came from the damn seatbelt in the car. I mean, people are just not smart when it comes to stuff. You know, they're just not. They're not. But this little boy needs to come home. Like, you need to come home. I would love that so, so much. Not only would we be able to have you back, and that's all we've been wanting since February. We've been talking about this little boy. But you will be able to tell a story. You'll be able to tell what happened. Like, I just want to know what happened. And I couldn't imagine being his mother or his stepfather, because even if Chris didn't like Sebastian at all, let's just say, right? Let's say that. Let's play devil's advocate. He still loves Katie. And you know, if you're a mother and your child's missing, you know that you're inconsolable. I couldn't even imagine. She's probably just crying every other minute. I couldn't imagine. Look at that sweet face. I know. I said it in the beginning of this case. I want to hear him say his name. I want to hear him say, my name's Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, because I think that would be the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I've been saying that since day one. I do think that's the cutest little name. Seth did good with the name. If it suits him, it does suit him, you know. Let's see let's see the statistics on that. I have no one that ever gets a hold of my Google searches. They'll be like, what are you doing, girl? Because I mean, you know, stuff I put in. Okay. 7% of kids, or 1.5 million children and adolescents, run away each year. Wow. Youth most often run away from home and become homeless due to family conflicts, abuse, and or neglect. At least 19 states explicitly define the term runaway in both criminal and civil statutes. I wonder if Tennessee is one of them. It doesn't say. Well, that kind of stinks, but maybe it's one of them. It doesn't give me statistics. Right, here's 460,000 children go missing every year, but that number does not represent children who are kidnapped and given new names and enrolled in a new elementary school. Wow. I don't know. I was just reading this. Okay. It says, so of the 460,000 missing children, the report concluded in a footnote about 105 were stereotypical kidnappings. Police speak for abductions like you see on Law & Order. Okay. And 92% of them made it home safe. The odds of getting abducted by a stranger. There are about 72 million kids. 0 to 17 in America, and the number kidnapped by strangers is about 100. So the odds of being kidnapped are about 1 in 720,000 or closing in on 1 in a million. Wow. You are 5 times more likely to have a co-joined twin. Oh, okay. Just seeing what would, seeing what happens here, down here. Crime is lower today than in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. What? That is a lie. What is this chart? Really? Man, they were hitting it up in the 1990s and the 80s. It says recent data suggests violent crime rate in 2023 was near its lowest level in more than 50 years. Oh, wow. Pretty interesting stuff, you know? Hey, Rogue. See, yeah, I just, the runaway, I don't know. I don't see him running away. Like, because where are you going to run to? You know what I mean? Like, you can sit out in the woods for a minute, but you're going to get hungry. You're going to go home. You're not going to sit there and die. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to sit there and be like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and die. Like, I'm not going to go home, or when I get hungry or thirsty or I want my mommy. If he was with somebody and he knew he was missing, I believe in my heart, Sebastian would call home. He would find a way to call the police or call home, because he wouldn't want to get in trouble, I feel like, about being missing, you know, like being seen on the news. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm missing. They're looking for me. I'm going to get in trouble. You know, I think he would call. I don't know what happened. I mean, I really don't. I don't think he would have run away without help either. I mean, in my head, I mean, I can see the scenario of something scaring him and him running away from it, but the door was shut, the front door. Even to lock a monster inside or whatever, like, you know, like I said, like maybe you wanted to lock it inside, and he wasn't thinking about his mom being in there, you know, like you're just in a, like, you're just like scared, you know, scared mode. You're in flight mode. Maybe he would have shut the door and like tried to lock whatever, like he was scared of in there, but I still don't see him doing that. And if he did run away, I see him going to like the malt place, you know, and trying to get an ice cream or a malt, or trying to go to his dad's house. Those are the two, you know, routes that he knows. I don't know. I want to hear more about Seth being, I want to hear more about the nap that Seth took, or he was, for like the 3 hours that he was gone. I want to know more about that. Yeah, they have. What data says that they're guilty? What data? Never seen any data. I've been working this case since March 3rd, the day before the interview, I think it was, or the day of the interview. Yeah, Mary Jane. So I heard supposedly Seth was in his truck taking a nap. What are you taking a nap on the job for? You know, why do you need to be in your truck? Could he have left? Is there a guard? I don't think so. I don't think there is. I know in prisons, like where I had a boyfriend in my 20s. He was a prison guard. I took him to work before. There was no guard there. Yes, I could have. Yeah. What if even a neighbor from like over by Seth? I mean, he had access to those neighbors over there. He was home by himself. I think that if he was hanging out with a neighbor in his neighborhood, and Chris and Katie saw that, you know what I mean? Like they would obviously see him with the neighbor. I think that they would be like, okay, wait a minute. He was hanging out with this neighbor before he went missing. I think they would tell police. I don't think that per se, I don't think any of the parents could have like really had anything to do with it. And I've been saying this since the beginning. I think this could be like a situation where there was a group of bullies, like kids, that could have befriended Sebastian. They did say how much he loved school and all this and that. I mean, maybe he was loving school so much because he was having these friends. He got these friends. I don't know. I'm making this up in my head. But I mean, maybe they were going to fight him, like get it on camera, like fight him. Something bad happened. They did something with him. I don't know. But I know that this happened before in the Skylar Niece situation where her classmates or her best friends actually unalived her and then hid her for months. And they had to actually go tell the cops where they put her. Like cops didn't know. And she wasn't that far from home. Lots of theories could come into play. Yep. Yeah. But I don't point fingers. Yeah. Now I will be pointing fingers at Mamta's husband though. Narish, whatever his name is. But all turtle, I like that name. That's cute. I think that's all I really got for you guys. Actually, and tomorrow we're gonna do I think we'll do the protection order, like the divorce thing, the paperwork, because that's really important. I mean, it says a whole lot. It will make you change your mind about a lot of things. You will be seeing differently. I mean, really, because these are these people's words, and yeah, they could be lying. They could be, and I do think one of them is lying, but I want to read through them, get what your guys' opinions are on those. And then also we'll go over the first 11 hours of the Sebastian Rogers case. We have audio from body cam from when they were searching for Sebastian. We have the first 11 hours and it just shows where, the dogs were hitting and things of that nature. A lot of people don't realize that video is available. It's out there. But we've shown it on the channel, I think once or twice. But we'll watch it again because it is a good video to watch. I mean, it's audio from the day that they were searching for Sebastian. You get to hear everything. So no neighbor can give you that. No one else can give you that. This is straight from the officers that are investigators that were there on the scene. So yeah, I think that's what I got for you for tomorrow. Oh, lucky sunshine. I'm glad. We talk. Normally we do true crime. We have been doing a little Betty. We've been dipping into Betty again. I mean, she's just easy. Because she's just a dum-dum. Just saying. I know I say welcome in a lot. I do say things a lot, but she says that every time. But thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. We learned a lot tonight, I feel like. The reporter room is trying to copyright and make videos and movies off of Sebastian's name and not let anybody else be able to do it. We got Betty going to court tomorrow. I mean, for Katie, Terry, and Kathy, Power Socks. I'm sure that Chris will be there because his wife is going, and I'm sure she's going to want him there. And I can't wait. Why is Justin getting information? Oh, I don't know, Rogue. It's probably a fake neighbor. We've had a couple come out. She's the gift that keeps on giving, like herpes. She is. She was very young, yes. Very, very too young to be with Seth. And he knew his age and he knew her age. I mean, crazy. I hope the whole family's there too. And I really do hope that there's change tomorrow. I do. I hope that there's a change I do hope that they do the protection order on Betty. She went too far. Went too far. We've just listened to her tonight. This was just today. And she's still not stopping. Like she's not even letting go of the gas. She's pressing further. She's balls to the walls. Hey, Kara. She's ready. I don't know. That's what I'm wondering, Corinne. I'm wondering that too. Maybe I should put that on my community tab. Be like, is anyone going? Because I know that Cluminati is in Tennessee. I'm pretty sure Truth is in Tennessee. I mean, he is in Tennessee, but I don't know where. Who else lives in Tennessee? What would you do if JLR showed up? I would die. I am JLR. Someone get this back to JLR. Tell him, we need JLR there. That would be perfect. He could yell something. Did you harass the Proudfoots? He can get his yelling in. That would be gold. That would be him getting back at her without even having to do anything. I don't think they're going to do it online. But if they do, I'll find it and we'll play it if we're allowed. Really? Oh, is he going to get one too, Corinne? SF, damn. I'm going to have to get a hold of SF. I'll get a hold of him. I'll ask him what's going on. I know that she's been messing with him since Kylie Rodney. She's been messing with him a long time. So I'm glad. I'm good for him. That's my dog. She's ready to get up. Oh my gosh, the other one is so cute. Her face is like buried in the bed. Oh, you guys can't see her from there. What do you want, Mia? Your nubby's going, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, you can't see her. Maybe if I... Oh, you still can't see her. She's tall. She's as tall as the desk. Come up here, Mia. You don't jump very high. She's a big dog. She's 90 pounds of muscle. But thank you guys all for being here. And I like Magnolia. I really like her. I think she's probably JLR's person to go to where he can vent. And she could just be like, calm down. You know what I mean? Like, I have that Vincent for that. Like, there was times like I wanted to come on here like last year and just go off the deep end. And Vince was like, just take a minute. It's not worth it. And it always worked out good in the end for me, you know, I'm like, thanks. But I hope that he does go. She seems very intelligent. She's flying to Tennessee. Oh, wow. Well, she's got money like that. Wow. It's expensive to fly. She just took her bed. Oh, honey, you were sleeping so good. Oh, she's mean. My dog, the littlest one, takes the other one's bed, where no matter what, they're the same exact bed, the same bed. All right, I'm going to jump off here. I think that's so cute, though. They're like, she acts like a little sister. Like, you know, like she bothers her big sister. She will do it every time. And then Araya, there she is now. You can see her. Poor Riley. She has to wake up and move. She don't want to do that. She ain't got time for that. Mia, you guys want to go out. They want to go on a walk. They were going to go before the live. Hopefully Vincent's still up. He's probably not. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow night to hang out with you guys. 9:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If something happens with Betty, I'm going to be on. I might come on during the day and do a live. And we might do this, but maybe we'll do something else. I'm not sure. But we might do a live. Actually, I'm sorry. I lied to you again. I have to go to the dentist tomorrow. I lied about that. I have to go to the dentist. I have to be there at 8:30. At 9 o'clock, I'm going to set an alarm. You best believe I will. And I'm going to check my phone and see if there's anything going on with Betty, like on Twitter, all the good stuff. And I'll listen in my headphones to everything else, you know, and I'll make sure that we get the coverage that we need. If I have to stream from the dentist office chair, I'll do it. I don't care. Water all over me, mouth all numb. But thank you, Doodlebug. I appreciate that. They're going to do another crown, partial crown, and then they're going to send those out together to make a regular crown. I don't know. You know what they do, but I'm excited that we're finally getting it done. And I'm just excited that, you know, my smile, I feel better, you know, like it's just these little things that are going to make me feel better. Also, they could do bridges. And like, I'm so excited about that. Like instead of doing permanents and then drilling into my gums and me going through all that pain in my jaw, especially with my metal, there's a way they could do a bridge because they have to crown those two teeth on each side anyway. And they could do a bridge and then they can mold it to where like my full row is back. And I really need that. I really need it. I really, really do. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. But I do appreciate you guys so much for being here. I really do. Make sure you guys show up for these other cases. They are exciting. We try to make them, you know, like where we're thinking. We like people that have different opinions. We like to talk. I'll start opening up the panel more. If you guys want to come up and hang out with me and talk, that's no problem. If you guys ever want to come up and hang out with me and talk and we're just doing a live, drop it in the chat. More than likely, I'll bring you up. I don't care. I mean, it's cool. As long as you're not peen screening me, you know what I mean, doing anything crazy on the screen, then we're good. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Like I said, again, for the 5th time, I'll be back tomorrow night. I love you guys. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, please. And thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate it. And don't let these people fool you. Google whatever you need. Bye, guys.